Hello and welcome to the excavation of Barrow.
Stop trying to sell me PUBG mobile content. I don't want it. You can't make me play PUBG.
And we are here to sell you PUBG mobile content. Use offer code DubiousWheel to get the 6 skin. No. Alright, let's start from the start. Because I only played like 10 minutes last time.
I played PUBG like 2 or 3 times. Every single time I was giving it a chance because some friends were playing it. I don't like that game.
PUBG Mobile is also its own weird beast.
Miss Bateman.
PUBG,
Welcome back to Ticehurst House. It's
by the
been
time I got around to
some
PUBG,
time.
like the craze kind of started dying down and Apex was out. And Fortnite was out. I never played Fortnite, but I played Apex. And Apex is just an immediately better game that I also don't like.
Smoking inside. Makes her cough. You see.
That's always
A bit of
fun.
rain
I
won't kill me.
played PUBG way back when it was like
You mustn't be
first
interested in me
coming out.
nattering on. Give my regards to your father. Nurse
and
Blaketon is preparing his supper.
Wow, my fucking video game is incredibly fucking loud.
You look
I guess
pale,
like-
Miss Bateman. You will catch your death out
Turn
here.
that down 20 to 50%. I'm not like super good at like PvP
Shooters.
shooters. But I am I at least back then when I played it
Dearest
consistently, I
mother.
am very good at sniping if I have like the time to like actually sit and aim. That's actually the big reason why I never was able to like play Call of Duty games. Like I can't do flick shots. But if you give me like a solid like 4 or 5 seconds to like draw a bead, I used to be able to just pop. But you can't do that in PUBG anymore. They got
You can't do that anymore in PUBG. What? Because the cheaters, or
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily know about cheaters. It's just that people are like, I plateaued and people got too good.
Alright.
I hope this letter will reach you.
I never, like, for me, multiplayer games need to be very
I have spent
quick.
these past years
I don't
in
necessarily mean like
torment,
movement speed. I
trying
mean
to
like,
piece together
if
what
I'm gonna run
remains of
around for
fractured
10 minutes
memories.
and then die, I'm not gonna.
What I am about to
I
recount to you will seem beyond comprehension.
tried
but I beg for
PUBG
your
and
patience.
Call of Duty Warzone and Apex and just I liked Warzone a little bit, but I didn't like any of them all that much. But my
I will endeavour
multiplayer
to
game of
explain
choice
the
was,
events
and
that led
Braden's
me
probably
to
gonna roll his
Ticehurst
eyes
House
because
that
this is the
night.
millionth time he's heard it from my mouth.
Subnautica.
As far as I can
Yes, my
recall,
multiplayer game
this
of
whole
choice was
wretched story
Subnautica.
started with the receipt of a letter
love
from a Mr.
Siege.
Leonard Shoulder.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Siege. Except for the part where Siege is wrong with Siege.
Yes, except for the part where it's also the worst game ever made.
The letter brought me to the isolated village of Bewley, deep in the moors.
That and CSGO, which I also played a fair bit of.
I will return shortly. I'm being asked to perform a function.
Okay.
No station master in sight. I hope the village isn't too far away. I can't recall our exact meeting place. Mr. Shoulder mentioned it in his letter.
Oh, look at
My
that.
mother always told me not to walk on railway tracks. If I take the sign, how would the trains know where
Oh,
to
the pixel
stop?
art does look pretty good in this. Like,
Hello there.
certainly an attractive
Hello?
looking game.
Yeah, you know, I'm just hanging out in the English countryside. And I've got a letter from a mysterious person talking about a most special Barrow. You should definitely excavate this
I
barrow.
must make my way to the Plough and Furrow Inn.
Or we can't proceed if you do not do this.
It's fine.
Excuse me,
Yes?
what can you tell me about Bewley?
Well, it used to be a thriving village. Not so much now. I don't spend much time there these days.
Are you local?
Ah, yes, a local I am. But I don't live in the village.
Have you ever
I'm
played an
looking for
adventure
the
game
Plough
all the way
and Furrow
through?
Inn.
Not like Resident
Do you
Evil,
know
but
where
like
I
an
can
actual
find
Yeah.
honest to God adventure
Young
game.
lady.
Yeah.
Leave the station and follow the dry stone wall for around half a mile. You'll come to Bewley. Go straight ahead and you'll find the market square. The inn is t'other side at square.
Thank you very much. Where are you travelling to today?
That would be none of your business, young lady.
Quite. Apologies. I wish you a pleasant journey.
What brings you to Bewley?
I beg your pardon?
What brings you to Bewley, miss?
What brings ya to Innsmouth, miss?
Just a bit of sightseeing.
We don't get many of your type out here.
My type.
City folks. Curious young ladies.
Easily
Much to be seen in
sacrificable.
Bewley, if you ask me. You're better off waiting for the next
Throw
train back
'em
to
in the
city.
pit.
I'll take my chances.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
That was odd.
Turns into fishmen, they do. Caca, caca.
It's nice to see an adventure, like, pretty much every adventure game I've seen, like, an extensive amount of, has been something ZP has played. It's nice to see one that doesn't look like a nightmare game.
Time before Mr.
Yeah,
Shelby
no.
visits.
Well,
I shall
welcome to the
inquire
quest
about
for the
room.
best adventure game puzzle.
Like,
Where I play good adventure games that don't make me hate myself, comma, probably.
like that said, I should play one someday, but I still don't know if I have the patience.
Well, I don't know if I have the patience, but I bought this Wajidai bundle.
Hello there. What's the young lady doing out alone in this sodden weather?
Aye.
I'm heading to the Plough and
So
Furrow.
how do y'all usually pick games? Do you does every member of the podcast just like put something in a bucket?
Take you there.
Oh, for that's what the fan picks
I
are.
believe you're
Yeah.
standing directly in front of it.
But like, what about what y'all pick? You just pick
I
pick
pick
something
whatever
Yes.
I went through a very stupid, elaborate way of doing things. Look at this man. Look at this man. He's just like, this is what they look like out there.
Brayden, what the fuck have you and Jeff been talking about? Why do I have 18 goddamn messages? Oh, it's about D&D 3rd edition.
Yeah.
Wouldn't your wife
Perverts.
disapprove?
You're sick in the head! You're sick in the head!
Bloody hell, my wife.
I'm playing this
She'll be on
adventure
the
game.
table at this hour, and if I don't get back, she'll be roaring. Until we meet again.
Boy, my wife. This is just what it's like in England right now.
I must emphasize that yet again, how much of a gimmick
I should
infringement.
speak to the innkeeper about a room.
What are you talking about? This
Plagiary,
is the quest
a
for the
pla-
best adventure game puzzle. And
A plagiary?
that's not a word.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
I am in need of a room for the night.
Aye, we aren't short of those. One night, is it?
I shall need at least 2 nights, maybe more.
Aye, 'tis not a problem. 3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
A fair price.
I'll need that payment up front for the 2 nights.
This is payment for the room.
Thank you. Can I ask for your name, lass?
Thomasina Bateman.
And will Mr. Bateman be staying with us tonight?
No, I am not wed.
He is concentrating on
My
that.
assistant is arriving in Bewley tomorrow.
Your
Hey,
assistant, you
Necromunda
say?
feels better to
Will you
play
be
now.
needing another room?
That's good.
Please.
I'll
Good
keep
game.
a
Probably
room
good to play
spare.
that, but
It's not quite as nice as yours.
now that my frame
Cyberpunk
rate's
in this
stable,
game,
Not a
Brayden.
problem, sir. I'm
Yeah.
sure it will be adequate.
Or Satan.
Kenneth is a man of inexpensive
it
taste.
seems like a game that's like it's
Here's your
time
key.
to Satan is rather
Just go
reserved.
through the door to the right of the bar, then up the stairs. Room number 2.
Thank you.
Can I help you with
Listen,
your luggage?
some games are
No, thank
Wrath
you,
of the
sir. I
Righteous,
can
and
manage.
some games are
I should go upstairs
I
and
don't know
freshen
what's
up
something
before
that takes
Mr.
a long
Shoulder
time to get to
arrives.
Satan.
Time to Satan, Dante's Inferno. You don't see Satan until the end.
The poor thing.
Yeah.
A lovely place to warm oneself.
But when you do, it's real good.
I don't want to take the painting with me.
But this is 100% going to end
You
with,
not
like,
need to use the lavatory.
fucking Cthulhu coming out of the ground or something. It's like, oh, we don't dig over there.
This shall do nicely. Time to change into something more comfortable.
Don't you mean aliens?
No.
There's a part of this game that
A
kinda
woman wearing trousers?
I've stored my case in there. A box.
There's a part of this
within
game that
a
reminds me
box.
of that Cthulhu point-and-click adventure game that I played.
Yeah.
Complementary matches.
The first one, the
Useful.
one that's okay.
The one that just
Only one
has
match left though.
Vincent Price.
Jammed shut.
Fake Vincent Price.
I've hung my dress aside from that. The ward.
Look at this. Look at this magic. I can press the space bar and it will tell me what I can interact with.
I don't wish to take it.
It's like
Game
an...
for pansies.
This may come
Just
in
being an
handy.
asshole, I'm sorry.
I took a jar of
I don't
water,
wish to carry the bowl around with me.
but I don't wish to carry the bowl around with me.
As the only light source in the room, I ought to leave this here.
Ah, many a tentacle.
Good afternoon, sir.
Note for you here.
I beg your pardon?
I said there's note for you here, lass. Be on your way.
Charming.
Everyone's just like, aye! No
Ringing
outsiders
the bell
here.
would be quite unbecoming of me.
Miss Bateman, you've transformed.
I feel far more comfortable in my outdoor clothing.
You look like one of those explorers you see in the newspaper.
I guess you could call me an explorer of sorts.
I'm Stanley Kemp.
A pleasure to meet you, Stanley.
And tell me, I trust your room is adequate.
Most adequate.
Excellent.
Now don't mind the lights out at night. They're only here to make sure the olden ones are appeased.
I am looking for a man named Leonard Shoulder.
Aye, I know the man.
I'm to meet him here tonight.
Can I get you something to drink while you wait?
Not yet, thank you. What can you tell me about Mr. Shoulder?
Aye, he's a quiet fellow.
Enjoys
Only
the
comes in to check his
occultism.
post.
Yes, I've been corresponding with him using this
You make a
address.
cult?
Have you now?
You played the
Found
Dungeons
yourself
and
an
Dragons.
admirer.
I mean,
Not
when I
quite.
played Pentiment, I did pick the
business do you have
occultism
left?
background.
That game's
We've
so
become
good.
good friends through our correspondence.
So, I were right. He is an admirer then.
Not in that sense.
So you've come all the way to Bewley on your own to meet old Mr. Shoulder because of innocent letters?
Who could have foreseen letting Josh Sawyer get
Now,
nerdy in
now, I
history
can see
would
a
have
lie from a
resulted in
mile
a
away.
fun time?
You can trust me, lass. Your secrets.
Your secrets are safe with me, lass.
Especially with me guests. A good, honest chat.
Uh-oh.
Well, if you must know, I am what some people call a barrow digger.
A what?
A barrow digger.
What in God's name is a barrow digger?
Familiar with tumuli?
Are you familiar
Afraid
with
not.
A2M?
Barrow is another word for tumulus, or tumuli in the plural. A profoundly interesting subject.
You've lost me.
I excavate ancient burial sites looking for relics. A barrow is traditionally a circular mound of raised earth enclosing a burial chamber.
Oh, aye. You're a grave robber.
I am no such thing.
Don't worry, lass. I've met all sorts of people over the years. I won't tell
I won't tell no
I
one
assure
you're
you, my
into
soul is more
stealing
noble than
ancient
petty grave
artifacts.
What sort of relics do you find then? Gold? Silver? Bones?
Well, rarely gold or silver, but treasures certainly. Ancient pottery is the most common find. I've been excavating barrows all over the country. I'm documenting my findings in preparation for my book. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England.
Oh, aye. Very interesting. But what does old Leonard have to do with this?
He sent me a letter in which he told me about an unusual barrow in Bewley, a site called Hobbs Barrow. I'm meeting him here this evening to find out more.
I've lived here nigh on my whole life, and I've heard nowt about a Hobbs Barrow.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Aye, it's a quiet place. People keep to themselves, work hard.
I look forward to exploring the village tomorrow.
There's not a lot to see, lass. But St. Edmund's Church is a fine building.
Definitely
Worth a
don't
visit.
worship Dagon. Apparently, in Prince Harry's memoir, he talks about his penis getting frozen in Afghanistan.
I mean, you know, it's his book.
You know, sure.
Are you sure you've never
almost-
heard of Hobbs Barrow?
Not in my life.
I
lass.
respect
I'll tell you something. The moors stretch further than the eyes
that
can see.
he and Megan are making their brand
There's
literally
no
just,
doubt many a discovery
hey man,
made.
the
It
Mr.
sucks.
the
Schultz
Windsors
says Barrow's
fucking
well known
suck.
locally, a place of legend.
And that's how they're
Afraid
getting
you're going to have
theirs.
to speak to him about it. Why are you interested in digging around in
Well,
the dirt?
they're
lass?
beating
Haven't you
this.
better things to do with your
Being
time.
one of the
I
royal
enjoy
sucks.
nothing more than the thrill of discovery,
brand without
uncovering
being
the past
Nazis?
and piecing
Yeah.
together our history. I inherited this passion from my father.
Oh,
That's a history reference. I
Barrow
think
Yeah.
digger
Drayton got.
too, eh?
Yeah, I understood.
Indeed. He
Listen,
would take
just
me with him on
because
excavations as a child.
Does he still
King
come with you
Edward
now
was a
on your own
Nazi
adventures?
sympathizer.
I'm afraid my father's been bedbound by illness for many years.
Oh, I am
We're talking
sorry
about the
to hear that,
recent
lass.
thing in Germany,
Mr.
or
He
No.
is well looked after.
This
at
is
the
World
Royal
War II.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the king who abdicated because he wanted to marry a divorced woman.
A divorced American woman.
Yes.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Kemp.
Well, I've been the proprietor of this inn for the last 16
Hello,
years.
back.
I
Hello.
worked as a
Hi.
drover all over the country.
All
my
over the
youth
country.
years. Saved up
Hi.
my coin and bought this place.
It's a fine inn.
Thank you. I often run short of ale, but my rooms are rarely full. We don't get many outsiders wanting to stay overnight here in Bewley.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
But yeah, you know, it's almost like the British royal family, like the concept of a royal family is unnecessary
sir.
and bad.
Right,
Do you know a Mr. Leonard Shoulder?
Aye.
you're not local. You've come on that bloody train, haven't you?
What do you mean you don't
Well,
like
it's
the
going to
idea of
dogs.
one person having this ceremonial but totally official power to dissolve the civil form of government with just one word?
Yeah, it's fine. I also think it's, yeah, just these state-subsidized rich asshole inbred assholes.
My name is Thomasina Bateman, and you are...
None of your business.
None of your
lass.
business,
Where's your
lass.
husband?
Why don't
Your
you go
business,
get
sir.
married?
Ah, you're brave coming in here all on your own.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm Cyril.
It's a pleasure to make
Should
your
I make
acquaintance,
a
Cyril.
sharpshooter or a preacher?
in what?
In
Darktide.
Darktide?
Oh,
Have you just started playing?
No, I've got an Ogren who's like halfway to level 30.
Okay. I mean, they're both really fun. Sharpshooter. Because then
Well,
you get
a lot
all
of
the fun
sharpshooter does.
blah 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 guns.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be from Cadia.
Do you know
That's a
Mr.
good pick.
Shoulder?
That be none of your business, lass. I don't come to your city poking around asking questions, do I? Man just wants to enjoy his ale in peace.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We're a proud community. I've lived here my whole life. Not much here to
Worship the
interest
dark
folks
ones,
like
we
you.
do.
Folks like me?
Aye.
Unmarried women walking around in trousers.
I take it you are not enamored with the
Ought
railway
to be
station.
hanged, they
You're
do.
gonna be swarming with outsiders like you. We don't want you coming here. It's as simple as that, lass.
Why not?
This is our town, our land.
I assure you, I am not here to cause trouble.
We'll see about that, won't we?
Bye for now.
Ta-ra, lass.
Mr. Shoulder should really be here by now. I'll sit down and wait. Where on earth is he? What a waste of time this is turning out to be.
Evening there, miss.
Not you again.
I just wanted to apologise for earlier. I got home, had my tea, but it gave me an aching belly.
How so?
I felt bad for how I spoke to you. I'm sorry. The drink gets a hold of me sometimes.
Let's start again, shall we?
My name is Arthur Tillett.
Thomasina Bateman.
What brings you to Bewley, anyway?
I'm here to meet someone, but he has not arrived.
His loss, if you ask me.
Perhaps you know the gentleman, Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, I know Mr. Shoulder all right. If I may be so bold as to say, he's a bit long in the tooth for you.
The relationship is not what you're implying. I've never met him. In fact, I know very little about him at all.
He offered to let me
There,
go
I'll
into
tell you
this
all about the
strange...
old sod.
One ale coming right up.
I'll buy this man an
Very
ale.
much, Miss Bateman.
I'm gonna
Then
get...
I'll tell you all about old Leonard Shoulder.
I'm gonna pay... Gonna bribe these people into liking me.
How can I help you?
Is
Tankard of your
Pentiment
finest
pretty much
ale,
all
Mr.
just
Kemp.
talking to people
Yes.
on the same vein? Okay.
I think at some point there will be adventure game
There we
puzzles
are.
in this game.
2 pence, please.
Yeah.
In
Thank
your
you.
adventure game puzzles? In your adventure game?
This was the last of my money,
No.
but Kenneth will be here tomorrow with more funds.
I have in the past bounced real hard off of games that are primarily dialogue.
Here you are, Arthur.
But I'm still
Thank
more.
you.
I'm still interested in trying Pentiment and Disco Elysium.
Oh, that
What
hits the
if I
spot, that
told you
does,
the
lass.
dialogue's really good?
Now
in
then.
Pentiment?
It doesn't matter how good it's been historically. It's been like, at some point, I've always my brain has always gone, okay, it's time to play the fucking video game,
That's
even
fair.
when the video game is talking to people. I think I'd be more receptive to that now. It's just in the past I've been.
I'm just
Arthur?
saying, I think that one of
Hyperactive
the
about
things
it.
I liked about
Mr. Tillett?
Pentiment is the fact that
Oh, for
Brayden, you
heaven's
played it, right?
sake. The man is in a drunken
Yeah.
stupor.
the game really does take into mind, like, even the most bespoke decisions that you make.
I do
Like,
not need
everything basically comes back to haunt
Mr.
you or
Tillett?
to
to.
compliment
He's
you.
not dead. I would still like to hear what he had.
It's kind of like one of the cool things is seeing how reactive the characters are.
Yeah.
Just kind of put it best where, like, the moment that game really clicked for
I don't
her
want
was
to
when
take the
she
pa-
saw a character that starts out really bristly, and she used
Yeah,
every possible turn to talk to him, and there is a character transformation, but you have to literally spend every turn talking to him,
Oh,
which
what
comes at the
hell
expense
were
of other
that for?
relationships.
You passed out, Mr. Tillett.
Oh, Sorry,
But
lass.
it's also,
Where were
yes,
I?
it's a lot of
Leonard
reading,
Shoulder.
listening,
Hold on another minute. I'm making for a piss.
trying to see if you can detect context clues that are
This
not
man is
always clearly
unbelievable.
communicated, and that is by design.
It also helps that a lot of the dialogue is pretty brisk. It's not very...
It feels like an hour has
Yeah,
passed.
I definitely think
Perhaps
that part
I
of
should
it
go
is
in there
that
and check on
dialogue
him.
design in a lot of RPGs is very, very wordy. Too wordy.
Yeah.
Miss Bateman,
And that's not always a problem,
my
but video
apologies.
games are really
The
bad
ladies
about
are closed due to
over-explaining
faulty plumbing.
things.
You'll have to use the gents.
Like, even Mass Effect is like mostly, let's stand here and like thoroughly explain this situation.
Mr. Tillett?
I mean, this always kind of gets me in trouble.
Sure.
You know,
I'm not a huge fan. Oh, sorry.
this looks
I
ominous.
would rather not get any closer.
yeah.
The smell of urine is nauseating.
I'm not a huge fan of KOTOR 2 for that exact reason, because it's
Mr.
like,
Tillett?
God, Jesus, every other
Mr.
word
Tillett,
is
are you in
literally
there?
the word Jedi. And then the Jedi had a council. The Jedi Council thought Jedi things.
Mr.
And then the
Tillett, are you
Jedi
in there?
debated Jedi topics. It's like, you're just repeating the same proper noun, guys. Just replace it with, like, it, them, they. But no, we've got to do the techno
Oh,
bow.
you're not Mr. Tillett.
Yeah. We were
rather
talking
not
about
touch
the worst
Philip's
characters
highly
in Pillars of Eternity in a different Discord at some point recently, and
mirror
Grieving
is called
Mother
some
came
excavation.
up, and she's awful. For the same
The
reason.
door opens a crack.
Just a bunch of stupid nonsense dialogue.
I think I can hear
Anyway.
someone moving around. Mr. Tillett?
Um,
Arthur, are you out there?
I just think I'd be a lot more receptive to a game with a lot more talking these days
Judging from the
than
draft coming from below,
I have been in
this
the
door must
past,
lead
because
outside.
I'd
should
say older and a little
investigate further.
slower.
I can't reach the... I can't reach... The door is blocked from the outside.
I don't think anything bad's ever gonna happen in
Excuse
this
me,
area,
sir.
Brayden.
Well, yeah, nothing bad's gonna happen in this alley behind this.
A pearly
I
white
think that this guy
gent's
just is,
glove.
you know, he's
It's
off
certainly
to
unlike
practice
anything
his
Mr.
hobby
Tillett
of
was
making Victorian era cakes.
Seems rather out of place here. Peculiar.
Why would you assume that he
Someone
is
has
up to
wedged
no
the door
good?
shut.
This just
Mr.
shows
Tillett,
that you're targeting
why would he have done
people
that?
based off of their physical appearance. That's an
Braden,
illegal
Braden's profiling.
profiling.
Did Mr. Tillett leave, then block the door behind him? Something strange is going on here.
Something strange is going on here.
Who was that old chap I saw outside the alley? He headed eastward. Maybe I could catch up with him and ask him if he saw Mr. Tillett. I could tether a horse here if I had one. I suspect the barrels are empty. Otherwise, the locals would be rolling them into their cellars. Sir?
Oh, don't talk to no strangers.
I don't wish to go. The old man has disappeared into the darkness. I'd best turn back to the inn.
Last orders.
Hey,
I
Gina.
should get some
Aye.
sleep. Finding
How's
the
it
missing men
going?
of Bewley shall have to wait for tomorrow.
Doing better.
How's your hand? Did you burn it on the stove?
I was making, and it
Kenneth will
got
be arriving
super
to-
hot, overflowed, got it into some
Ooh.
bowl. I looked
A lovely
away
pla-
from where I was putting the bowl down, and the soup overflowed onto my
The inn
hand.
is
Oh,
closing
no.
soon. I should get some sleep.
And because I was
Kenneth will-
holding a bowl, I had to just kind of stand
Yes,
there
I
and
shall
just
track down-
let the soup be on it, so I didn't drop the bowl and spill
Miss Bateman?
more soup and burn myself worse or break the
Off
bowl.
to bed.
Too proud to make a
Yes.
sacrifice.
I'm afraid
you're
Mr.
saying.
Shoulder has let me down.
My left hand had to make a
Rotter.
sacrifice.
It was
I
either
should
the
hope
soup
so.
or your
Live.
hand.
Don't
Yeah,
mind
is
the
it something you
locals.
gotta throw
right
them on, or
thing.
is it
That
just...
we
You did
don't
the
get a
right
lot of
thing
visitors in Bewley.
and not
Just tend to
sacrificing
find it.
food.
They mean well, believe me.
More the
Sure,
bowl.
Mr. Kemp.
Please, call me...
It was Jen's favorite bowl,
Good night,
so I didn't want to
Stanley.
drop the
Sleep well.
bowl.
Bowls? An underrated invention. Human invention, when you stop and think about it.
Every day I wake up and go, bowls,
Hot soup.
awesome. Hot soup,
I mean,
love
could you
not being
imagine what
burned
it's
by it.
like if we were thirsty? We didn't have bowls.
I'm
or cups?
constantly thirsty. That's why I drink
That's
water.
Hell
Like-
yeah. Hell yeah.
Look at that cat. That cat's like meow. Oh Jesus.
That was a very weird angle.
Oh
That's
no.
really good.
This
That's a really
rotoscoped
good-
nightmare cat. Oh
Yeah.
God. The cat's British.
Ah! How old is this game?
This came out last year.
Okay, because that pixel work was too good to be
Yeah.
an older game.
Cool blind, mate. That bloody kitten.
This is how far into the
Such
game are you?
horrid
This
dreams.
is literally 30 minutes in.
I'm being taunted. I'm being cyberbullied.
He says he's being cyberbullied because I'm playing a quote-unquote not terrible video game.
Oh, that's weird.
Adventure
Wanted
game.
from the inside,
Adventure game.
just as I left it last night.
That's
I felt
the
like
target.
felt like I was being cyberbullied because people were yelling in my ear that I was a
As I
baby.
suspected.
Oh, God damn it. We're watching a
I must
nice
have dreamt
adventure
of that
game.
wretched-looking cat.
That's British.
I must say, I'm relieved.
I
No.
didn't call you a baby.
Right
That's
then.
true, you did not.
Let's see
You're
if
very
I can
kind.
track
recall-
down
I don't
the
I
elusive
recall
relayed
Leonard
information
Shoulder.
from someone who
I'm rather
did.
anxious to get
Yeah,
to this barrow.
you two definitely did not call me a
I
baby.
also wonder what happened to Mr. Tillett.
Maybe the cyberbullier or
I've
bully.
hung my aside from that.
Bully
How does this
yes.
work?
I've stored my book.
Thou
Candle
dost
has
say
melted. Perhaps
thine
Mr.
art cyberbullied. Perhaps thou should look at thyself.
Jammed
Who is, you know, in this world there are the cyberbullies and the
Good morning, Miss
cyberbullied.
Bateman.
Good day, Stanley.
You know what I'm saying?
Whomst.
Whomst amongst us?
Oh, we're playing Among Us? Sweet.
I mean, I'll play some Among
Yeah, I'm the
Us.
best Among Us player ever in the history of recorded history.
Yeah, I remember
play
when
with
you're
you
like,
once and
guys,
you
it was
immediately-
Reki, and you're like, no, you dumb.
It's not done yet. You can't.
Okay, no. I didn't know how to fucking react to Among Us. So yeah, I get stabbed. And what's my first reaction? It's like, oh fuck, it was Reki, he killed me. And then you're all like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, that game's over now. Everyone pack it up.
And then I remember I got picked to be the killer. And then I kill someone and I start laughing.
Yep.
When
We're
it's like, I
well,
wonder who it was. And it's like, well, I guess it's ZP. And
guess
then
that
the
guy
game
laughing.
picks me a second time. Before the match starts, I start cackling and laughing. It's like, well, it's ZP again. Fucking A.
Well, that's cyberbullying.
We threw him out of the airlock. We were right to do so.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
Not really. I have the rather
Uh-oh.
queer recollection of a cat entering my room last
So are
night.
we
Yeah.
playing Among Us?
Catch
I'll
you,
I'll
say.
quit Dark Tide.
Yes, an odd-looking
No.
grey one.
I'd
I
play it.
must
I
have
need to
been
get
dreaming
off. Like,
as I locked the door and windows before I went to sleep.
I
I
still
saw a
have
similar
work
cat in the
tomorrow.
lavatories while searching for Mr. Tillett.
I was
Herbert.
contemplating playing some
Oh,
FF5,
he's a
but I
harmless
don't know.
thing.
No, I don't think
He
so.
comes in now and then searching for
think it might.
scraps.
Indeed. Seeing him in the
apparently-
lavatories
He was
must have
just
conjured
saying.
up the strange dream.
The mind
Do you see
is
Rick and
capable
Morty
of
co-creator
manifesting
Justin
frightful
Roiland is
things,
facing
Miss
felony
Bateman.
domestic violence charges?
I sure
Yep.
did.
Report the rain of yesterday has
Yep.
lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp. I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving today?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye. What does that entail?
Picks, shovels,
Yucky.
buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky
So is
items.
this the first adventure game you've played for your quest for the best adventure?
Yes.
Game? Okay.
You know,
Are
yeah.
you keeping a log of all of the puzzles you see?
Yeah.
Excellent. So far, how many puzzles have you seen?
The current puzzle is
Is it safe to do such a thing?
I can assure you the local folk are not thieves, Miss Bateman.
it's mostly just been talking and setup. I also had to pour water on a man
I'll let you get
because
on
he
with
was
your day.
drunk.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
Not because he was on fire?
Miss Bateman,
No.
That's not
Yes?
as fun.
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were. I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment. And well, I have not been.
Oh, how did
honest
Hell a
with others.
Cyberpunk
I
thriller
do know
end?
of Hobbs
How was
Bar.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
You
'cause,
do?
I do. Many here
Boy,
do.
Braden,
There are
Justin, you were
stories
there.
tied to that place, you know.
If
If I've learned anything in this
that
life,
game
it's that
ends
some
with a
stones are
series
best left
of
unturned.
action sequences
Old
where
Leonard Shoulder is
in-game
someone to be wary of too.
these people
I
think
can't
that
tell
they
you
can
what to do,
animate
lass,
those
but you
wonderful,
best avoid him.
fully rendered 3D character sprites to do action things
Why lie to me about
and
Hobbs
fight
Barrow?
sequences.
I know, lass, I know.
And they think that they're
I
really,
feel
really
dreadful.
badass action
Why?
sequences.
What are these stories you speak
And-
of?
I
really
think I had to
God
get off.
Jesus.
and go-
If
I
you
think I had to
insist
get off
on
and go to
visiting
sleep
that
before
place,
this happened.
You'll have to seek out Mr.
Um,
So it's just like
Um,
Stretch
He
Armstrongs
brought
gumming
you
up
here.
against each
He
other.
should be the one to
Oh,
tell
yes, that is exactly what it
I
is.
must
Yep.
say, Mr.
Um,
Kemp, this is all quite puzzling.
There was a part
I've never let
where
local
we got
superstitions
into a
stop me in the
fist
past.
fight
I
with
pride
Solux,
myself on
which
being
is
a woman of
evil
logic
lady,
and reason. I have no time to waste on such matters.
and we just like
As I
threw a
say,
punch, and it looks
seek
like
out Mr.
you just
Shoulder.
gently push
can
her
tell you
into
more.
a chair,
Sick.
and then she dies.
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man
So I
has
don't know
a
if you
certain
got this part, but the
reputation.
plot twist
For
is
what?
that hell
You've seen it
was
already.
not real,
Were he
and that
here
it
to
was
meet
created.
last night?
No.
It was created by the New
Precisely.
World
A
Order
man not to
to
be
oppress
trusted.
humanity.
Where is
So where do the
Hobbs
demons
Barrow?
come from?
I don't
So
know.
the demons are
I
androids,
say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
and we
I
had
now
to kill
find
Satan.
That hard to believe.
The
Satan was
moors
an
are
android?
vast, lass.
Yes.
Yes.
And he
I
had a
tend not to be
giant
wondering how
incubus
a
dong.
grown man could lose
Yeah, he had a
himself
giant
and not be
penis.
seen again.
Oh, I
Where
have to
does
read
Mr.
this part.
Shoulder
You want
live?
to talk about bad video
I
game design?
can't
I
say
have
for
to fucking
sure.
read this part.
As
In
I
fact,
think I told
you
you
will get a
last
kick out
night,
of this.
he only
So
comes in
Hell,
here
a
leads me to
cyberpunk
believe
thriller,
he
I
lives a
found
fair
out,
distance away.
cannot be completed without the
Like
use of
someone
a
around
guide.
Bewley.
You could ask, as I don't
Okay.
forget.
I shall
And the
return.
reason is that there are a couple of puzzles where you need to take
I must
numbers
say,
and then
last
translate
night-
them into binary. But they did a typo, Gino, even though
Oh,
that they're
no.
computer programmers. So for
no.
one, decoding the numbers
It seems
yields
I
the
may be
word
fighting a battle
fruit,
against some sort of local
but it is spelled
superstition. Is there a
F-R-I-U-t.
single barrel
yes,
I
that
remember
doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it.
And
Hogwash.
then the other
All of
word
it.
is supposed to be oil.
I've
But
a
if I
few hours
translated
until
the
Kenneth
numbers
arrives.
correctly, it
I
was
should use
spelled
this time to find Mr.
O-I-V.
Shoulder.
Huh.
Oive.
There's another thing, I have to read this one. The most infamous puzzle, this is from the actual Wikipedia. A second such puzzle, this is Puzzle Errors
The sign
in
is well out of reach.
Hell, a cyberpunk thriller. A second such puzzle appears in Hell's schoolroom. The teacher says that the answers to all the
can't
questions
remove
on
the
the
clap.
pop quiz are state capitals. When in fact, the answers all take the form of the name of a state capital
I don't think
followed by the name of the state it appears in. For example, you need to type in Des Moines and the word Iowa.
Hello.
But just inputting Des Moines will net an incorrect answer.
My name is Thomasina,
Amazing.
and you are...
Well
Well,
then, that's none of your concern, love.
there is
Goodbye.
another one where there's a musical click-based puzzle, and one of the buttons doesn't play the musical note.
I'd rather not. I sus...
So you click it, and it's supposed to tell you what letter on the chromatic scale or the musical scale it is. Plays no musical cue, because they forgot to put it in the code.
Hello,
Yes?
That could just as easily be rushed.
my name is
rushed development,
Thomasina.
but
What's yours?
Oh yeah, it just
Yeah,
means that it's
it's-
unbeatable if you're
pleasure to meet
playing
you,
it
Douglas.
normally.
That's a
it's
great
just why
sword
patching is a
technique you
good
have.
thing.
They're
Thanks,
trying to
miss.
sell that
Mr.
ye
Crozier's gonna make me a
old
real one when I
adventure
turn
game
12.
Brady
I'm
guy.
preparing myself to fight the lantern worm.
The
Oh.
Lambton
What is
worm.
the lambton worm?
It's gonna come back and get us all.
No
Yeah.
idea if you
Lantern thought he
got
killed it
this
at the
part,
River
Gino,
Ware,
but
but
it's
my
important to
father
know
told me it
that the
still
people who
lives.
made Hell, a
We must all
cyberpunk
be
thriller,
prepared.
would later go on
Lantern worm
to assist
isn't real,
Rockstar North
Douglas.
in making Grand Theft
Father
Auto
just
3
told you
and
that to
Grand
get
Theft
you out of
Auto
his hair.
Vice City.
Not true. I
Yep,
saw it
you
slithering
explained
out by
that.
the
That
bed,
is a heck of
like
a
giant
heck of a
eel
glow
it
up.
were. I ran home so fast I thought I would fly.
Sorry, miss. My brother has a vivid imagination.
I agree, Zeto. Her
Children
pants are very
often do
big,
at
and that
his
is fun.
age.
I'll keep training. You will all thank me when I thrust my sword deep into its fat
Pants
belly.
McGee over here.
Douglas, this lady doesn't want to hear your nonsense.
Do you like living in Bewley?
Yeah, I do. Are you from the city?
I'm from a long way away.
You must have
Someone
come
on
the
Twitter's like,
train.
who would win?
I love watching all the
Mob
steam
or
puff
Walter
up into
White?
the sky.
And one of the
Have you been on
comments
the train
is, Mob
yourself?
would turn him back
No,
to a
miss.
regular chemistry
Our parents
teacher.
don't have the money for train tickets.
Yeah.
Father
I mean, one
says
of them has
we
psychic
have
powers,
all
and the
we
other one's
need
just a
here in
sociopath.
Bewley.
Like, what?
Perhaps
feel like
this
that's a
nice
pretty
lady
easy-
would like to take you away with her on
Easy
the
decision,
train.
right?
No,
Dude
I
with
need
powers?
to stay and protect
Who would
Bewley
win in
from
a
the lantern
fight,
worm.
Goku or Superman?
Who would win in a fight? Karl Marx or Friedrich Hayek?
Do
See,
you
that's
know a
the
man
fighting game
called
I want to
Leonard
make.
Why
Shoulder?
are we fighting?
That's a
Oh, I'm
funny
gonna
name.
fucking...
Iconoclasts? Huh?
I wanted
Huh?
to make a
Are you
presidential...
talking about the game Iconoclast?
No, I said iconoclasts, because they're
Oh,
economic
never mind.
theories.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever read
I'm
Friedrich
sorry,
Hayek's
I'm
The
not
Road to
smart enough to
Serfdom?
I'm sorry. No,
Libertarians
I have
love
not
it.
Read that. My dad has a copy. I meant to read it.
Ayn
just to see
Rand
what he
hated
thinks.
him because he wasn't extreme enough.
Oh,
Have you heard?
okay.
of
That's not
Hobbs
good.
What's that?
A local burial mound.
I guess on Ayn
Our
Rand's
parents
part.
don't let us wander far from the village.
But yeah,
Right,
I've heard
What's a
of.
burial mound?
Noted,
Don't you mind
well-known
about
noted
that, Douglas?
racist Ayn Rand.
Who's Mr. Crozier?
He's a blacksmith. His forge is just over
See,
there
I
on
wanted
the other
to
side
make a
of the square.
presidential fighting
Don't you
game.
think 12 years of age is
I
a
pitched this
little
to you
young for a
before.
real sword?
Okay.
I'll be a master
Listen, any
swordsman by
presidential
then.
fighting game you
Goodbye.
make is going to be
Goodbye,
dominated
miss.
by Abraham Lincoln.
That's why
He's
I
got the
think Lincoln
reach.
should be he should be the Zangief.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yes.
was a wrestler. Should be the Zangief. He's big,
Good
he's
day.
slow.
Hello, miss.
But then you get
My
George
name
Washington
is
clearly
Thomasina.
has to be the Ryu.
What's yours?
Uh-huh.
Betty.
He's a Shoto.
Nice to meet you, Betty.
Okay.
What are you up
because
to?
he's the first
My
president.
brother is
You want him to
practicing
be
his
boring
sword
and a
fighting
Shoto.
technique.
Yeah.
And to watch
Then you
him
could get a
until he
trap
tires himself
character
out.
like
I'm tireless.
DR.
This time
Yes.
he felt that we're all about his teeth
Is
for
FDR
the
like
collection.
MODOK in
Pocket
NVC3?
swords.
Yes. Except he doesn't float. He just kind of wheels around and
Yeah.
summons Eleanor Roosevelt to fight with. I don't know if he would be a puppet character or a trap character or both. But it would be very funny if he just kind of chilled in the back and Eleanor did all the real
Okay.
fighting.
Who's the neutral character in this scenario?
Washington. He's
Okay.
the Shoto.
Yeah.
He's Ryu. He's the true neutral. And then you could get.
Do you know
I
a
mean,
man
I feel
named
like
Leonard Shoulder.
No.
Who's
Are
Rushdown?
you sure?
Jackson.
Yes.
Jackson, Andrew Jackson, just running to hit
Jackson.
you with his cane.
With his cane, yes, he would be. He would have a lot of HP. He would rush at you with his cane.
He
would
could
have no
take a
reach.
shot. Who has the pretzel motion moves?
Yeah,
Oh,
Who has the who's the keep away? Who's playing the distance game?
Who's the zoner?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like good
I
zoner.
actually think Abe should be the zone character.
He's a wrestler. He's got to be the Zangief. He's got the reach. He's got, he knew how to wrestle. I feel like the zoner would be Bill Clinton. Can't pin him down.
does he shoot magical saxophone notes
Yes,
at you?
He plays sax
Does he-
music, and
does
that's
he-
how he
does he get
zones
a-
you.
Does he get a rabbi costume?
He do a lot of, he does not inhale.
Yeah. He
that's a
did
cloud.
not have sexual relations with that woman,
What do you know of
Monica
Barrow?
Lewinsky.
Our parents
He
don't
opens up
like
a
us
trunk
talking
and
to
then a
strangers,
dress with
miss.
semen on it is
So
like
you
thrown
know
behind
of
him,
it?
and that's something you have to
No.
avoid.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Yes.
Goodbye.
That would be
Bye,
pretty funny.
miss.
Okay, so
Woodrow Wilson, well, not Woodrow. Who was the guy who McKinley? Who lived for 1 minute and then immediately died?
William Henry
Harrison.
Harrison.
Henry Harrison should have 1 HP and be the Dan of. Should be the Dan of.
okay,
the game.
who's the Phoenix Wright in Marvel vs. Capcom who's just throwing random shit?
The
and
weird
does
setup
damage
character?
incidentally? Yeah, the
Yeah.
setup character.
Jefferson.
Huh?
Jefferson would be
Nobody
bad.
home.
Yeah, he's got to assemble the Declaration of Independence, and then, or he's got to spend the first half of the battle arguing that the Constitution should be
disappears over the
interpreted
horizon.
in a very limited way, and then as soon as he becomes president, just buy all of the Louisiana territory.
And just crush it by buying those
The window
Louisiana
box is
territory.
well out of reach.
By being a terrible racist and very
Hello?
bad man.
What do you do around
Then I
here?
feel like you've got
Hey,
a
not
good mix of
scared
zone.
sticking your neb in.
LBJ would
I
be
look
pretty
after the
fun.
churchyard. Dig the
Cajole
graves.
people.
Yeah. Chasing them.
What can you tell me about the church?
Aye, it's a
Chasing. Yeah,
church.
he could be a rushdown character for sure. LBJ.
Quite. Do you know a man named
He had a super.
Leonard
It would be
Shoulder?
him in the
I don't know out
bathtub
about
talking
no
to a
Leonard.
reporter who's really
can you-
off
Not to
put.
be found digging around
Him being
in those
naked.
Getting
You
up
know
in
of
his
local
face.
What can you...
Not
Maybe
much
talking
around
about
not
his
worth
bunghole.
Or him
see,
being on the
goodbye.
toilet.
mentioning.
That'd be a good super. I mean, Taft. I feel like that's an easy one, right?
He's like Bob or Rufus.
Yeah, he's Rufus.
Or Hugo.
Bob. Oh, you want him to be, the big guy but fast is a fun twist.
I don't think any...
I think Theodore Roosevelt is absolutely just like
The luchador?
he's like Guy. He's got like a run. He just runs at you and grabs you.
He bear hugs you.
Or wait, he did bare knuckle boxing or something.
Did.
Good day.
I mean, he could be the
Yes.
boxing character,
Crozier,
and that
I
would
presume.
be just as appropriate. He
George
headbutts you.
Crozier, at your service.
My name is Tom.
Aye, can I help you?
JFK also would have very little HP.
Boy, all of these people sure are ominous and unwilling to help.
Oh well.
Surely this will
There's
not.
no mystery then.
Yeah.
Are you a Bewley native?
Aye, born and bred. That's where my father's forged before mine.
You know what
Well-
I will say? Playing as a sharpshooter, it feels nice to, not run out of ammo ever.
Oh yeah. And yeah,
Game
you eventually
Necromunda.
get some fun
How
guns
is it?
in
There'll always be horses needing shoes and you let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a
What was the I think it was the axe I got with the sharpshooter. Like
Yeah.
it was
Do you
the
know a
axe
man
and there
by
was
the
a
name
gun
of
that was
Leonard
really
Shoulder?
fast to switch
Oh,
to.
aye.
And like
Lord
switching
Leonard.
between those really
Have you
fast
seen him
was
recently?
great. Nah, it's not
Do you know
fun.
where he...
Why all these
I need to speak
Should
with
play more
him.
Dark
will
Tide.
turn up. I've seen him in
You
the
should, I'm
plow.
playing
Do you
right
know
now.
where he...
I believe he lives so. Can't tell you how-
Unfortunately, I live on the
Do you
East
know a
Coast, which
local
means it's almost
landmark
10:30.
named Hobbs
Also,
Barrow?
unfortunately, I'm
There's a fair
employed.
many
Have to
barrows
go.
found out on the
Okay.
moors, lass.
Good
night.
Too many to put a name to.
Have a nice
See y'all later.
The soul in
fun
Bewley
weekend if
pays
you
them
have
any-
one.
What can
I
you
do.
tell...
We don't get many
Fortunately.
visitors here, outside of market day. But there's plenty of work.
If I don't
Where are you from?
speak
I
to you,
arrived
have a
yesterday
good
on
long
the train
weekend.
from London by way of Derby.
Oh,
Yeah.
aye. I've heard about London.
Jesus.
What have you heard?
Plenty of factories there.
Yes, indeed.
Heard
The
about
city is always
London.
changing and moving forward.
yeah.
Too busy for me, though, lass. I prefer a quiet.
We like things slow here. The olden days,
When do market days
when
run?
we
really?
sacrificed a virgin.
The next one is tomorrow.
How delightful.
I mean, the art
Unless
for this
your
game
advice
seems to
is
imply
cabbages, there'll be
mayhaps
naught to interest a young
eldritch things
lady.
are afoot.
I
Yeah.
don't mind a cabbage.
Then you're in luck.
Thanks for your time.
Voices cabbages.
Speak to
Oi.
you later.
Let me tell you about
This must belong to someone.
why we don't have any technology here.
Have you ever heard that God
In memory
has many tentacles, lass?
Hello.
Good day.
Would you like to
I know
buy
we said
one
this
of
when I
these
played my
cakes,
Cthulhu
pet?
adventure game, but imagine if you would that you see someone that is not
What
white
kind of cakes do you have?
and
I have
they
some
freak you out
lovely
so much you
I
create
can
an
tell you're
anthology
not
of
from
horror
around
books
here.
about why
Alas,
That's
non-white people are
unfortunate.
going to
The
lead to
money
the
goes to the
apocalypse
I
or summon the apocalypse.
my name is Thomasina. What's
Imagine
yours?
being afraid of
Mrs.
Native Americans
Duplancy.
that
A
much.
pleasure to
Yeah.
meet you, Mrs. Duplancy.
Likewise, pet.
This old lady is gonna be like, "Oh, we'll cut her up and
Tell me
give
about
her to
yourself,
the
Mrs.
old
Duplancy.
ones, we will."
About me? What would you possibly
You need
want
to understand
know
that this
about
is
me?
90% of
I've been attending
me
St. Edmund's
playing this game. It's
Church
just
my
being
whole
like,
life.
"Oh, right, we
I
don't
always want
like
to help where I
outsiders."
You're also,
So I
Gino, and
sell
anyone
my
who's watching
baked
this, you're getting a
goods,
good
and
idea of
all
the
the
voices
proceeds
that
go to
you
its
interact with when
upkeep.
you play tabletop with
This
Braden.
place means
Yeah.
so much to me.
Hey, Braden, you want to join my Tuesday game?
Huh. I probably don't have... Tuesday is when I have class. So I probably wouldn't be able to. Also, I gotta... I might be... One of my friends who was in one of the groups that I was running beforehand is like, "Hey, we should start that up again." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then
You're
anyone
kidding.
else
I can assure you, you'll
has not gotten back to me, but it sounds like maybe at some point.
What can you tell me about St. Edmund's?
Speaking of
Isn't
tabletop,
it the
Yeah.
finest building? It's been standing here since the
so
12th
Paizo's gonna make their
century.
own system,
The
Braden.
Their
box
own
in the
open game
nave are
license,
very
yeah.
fine and date back to the 17th century.
I mean, I
Think,
said this on the
door is
Nextlander
open if
Discord,
you'd like
and I
to
think I
worship.
said it on
Thank you,
Giant
Mrs.
Bomb, but
Duplancy.
if you're Wizards
know
of
a
the
local
Coast and
man
you have to
called Leonard
completely
Shoulder?
backtrack this because the fan reaction has been
Yes,
so
I know
negative that you
Leonard.
have to backtrack
What
it,
business do you have
all that
with him?
aside,
It's a long story, but
mission
I'm trying to
accomplished.
find where
You
he
convinced
lives.
Paizo to fucking
I'm
back out
afraid
of
I
your
don't know,
ecosystem.
dear. Father Roach
So,
has access
to a
the
certain
parish
degree,
register.
Regardless
want
of the
Be
fan
able to
reaction,
help
you accomplished mission objective number 1 with this
What can you tell me about
whole
Father
introduction
Roach?
of the new
He is a
OpenGL,
lovely man,
which was
and
get
an
Paizo out of our
exemplary
ecosystem.
servant of the Lord.
So congratulations.
He's
Why do
been
they
the
wanna get
vicar
them out of their
St. Edmund's
ecosystem
They're their
for
leading
instead
many
of-
years.
competition.
No, but why wouldn't they want to have their leading competition in some way in debt to them instead of completely competing
Because
Where can
against
I
they're
them?
not
find
in
Father
debt, they're
Roach?
using
At this time
vestigial
of day, he'll
DNA
be taking
without
his
needing
exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his
Yeah, I don't know.
merry whistling.
I mean,
Such
Will
a
Wheaton being a
jolly
chud,
man.
supporting the state-run media is not surprising at all.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs,
Hobbs Barrow.
the only place of burial I know about.
I'm trying to figure out what game I should pick next because I just want to play a good game.
Thank you for
I've
calling.
spent a year playing games that are no fun.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
know what to pick.
I'm just saying. If you pick Pathologic 2,
No.
Okay.
Goodness me.
A
look
fun.
at these
Okay,
box
let me talk about
trees.
Ninja
I've never
Gaiden.
seen any as tall as that
Oh.
before. Most unusual.
You rip
architecture,
people
even for
apart.
The Normans.
I know, but no.
alright, here's my idea, Gino.
Hmm.
Hear me out.
Someone has left a necklace.
What if you
hanging
picked
here.
an art house
A
game
silver cross.
that was fun to
Sterling
play?
by the look of it.
I mean, I bought
Maybe
Omori
I can
to pick
reunite
it.
it with its owner.
I don't
No,
know
no,
if
no.
it's fun to play.
Hear me out. Cruelty Squad is an
Oh.
art house game.
Locked as well.
Oh,
I think they all might
I
be.
hated the look of that game when I saw
Yeah.
That's the point.
it. No, I'm good. I'm fine with not.
Hypno Space Outlaw,
The flowers
Katamari
have
You
been
should
Damacy.
play
together.
Hypnospace
I
Outlaw.
don't want them. A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years.
Alright.
When you put Hypno into the search bar,
I can
you get a
admire the
bunch of
craftsman.
messed up shit, and then also Hypnospace Outlaw.
Oh,
They are still.
oh right. That's a thing.
So what if you had to Hypno Space Outlaw? What if you played a video game that's about making websites in the 1990s, but it's also way deeper than that?
It's locked.
Boy, oh boy. This has a look.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it's GeoCities management sim. Oh god! Oh god, this man is a fish!
Oh.
Oh god, I hope.
Oh
fuck.
god! Oh god! These fucking rotoscoped nightmare people.
I love how they look. You gotta kill him. Think.
Oh,
Shadow
I've
of
got
Rome.
the worms, I do.
I don't know what shadow.
They're growing inside of me.
Very sorry.
You actually say that?
The shame. This malaise will not pass.
Oh, the nausea.
I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm
No Space Outlaw
Excuse
looks
me?
interesting.
cut me.
What is the gameplay like?
Kind of a spoiler? Man. It's not just what you're looking at, right, Brayden? I think we can say this. The game is
broken
not
lens
just
is
the
extremely
screenshots that are
sharp.
on the Steam page for Hypnospace Outlaw.
Ouch, the pro.
And I feel bad saying that.
Perhaps
Okay,
I shouldn't
well,
risk soiling.
Name is Zane. My name on here is Zane. Sexy both on and offline. Okay, that's pretty good.
Are you sure this is the only way, Father?
I bet it's the only cure for this.
I gotta cut him.
I'm not going near it.
Oh,
I
Viker
don't
and
think it's
vomit.
sharp enough.
Use vomit on Viker.
I need something sharp to cut him.
Need to cut him open.
I gotta bloodlet him. I gotta let the evil out.
Oh. I break the
Perhaps I-
spectacles to get glass.
So the spectacles are broken
The
and
protein-
sharp, but I can't grab them. I have to use my handkerchief, I
This
bet.
handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand.
Yeah. Gino's asking
should
for a
work.
good video game to play.
Are you
Yes, I would
sure
like
you
a
want
good
me to
video
do
game to
this?
play. Please, God.
Okay, wait, okay. I got a good way to
I shall do
flip.
as you
Take
ask,
this,
Father.
rewind this back.
Resident Evil 4.
No.
Oh.
So, you played a game that was characterized as being exercise, right? Like taking a hike? What if you
Yeah.
played a short hike? A whimsical,
what that
charming
is.
adventure game.
It's
where
charming.
You're going on a hike
And short.
and short.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
Yes, a short
I'm
hike.
glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting
It's
cannot
1.5
be
hours
overstated.
long, though. I will
I'm
say that.
Frederick
If you want to do
Rose,
everything, it's like
vicar
4.
of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
What's Wizorb?
Wizorb it's about a,
Cool.
it's, you like Breakout?
Are you feeling better?
Yeah,
Yes.
then you would like
Thank
Wizorb.
you.
It's Breakout.
What ails
Yeah, it's
you,
Breakout.
Father Roach?
Except with magical
I-
abilities.
I mean, it's Arkanoid.
Just ate
But
a
yes.
rotten berry. That's all. I like to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the
Have you
lamp.
played Frog
My
Detective,
apologies
Gino?
again. I
No.
wish we had met in different circumstances.
Would you
Good.
like
Are you from Bewley originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmunds.
Dog Detective
It's quite
1,
the
2, and
story.
3. What?
Do tell.
My mother
They're
was
good?
sheltering me.
Yeah.
There's a frightful tempest rage.
Yeah, if you're gonna play a short hike, play as the
Did her
alligator.
waters break right there and then?
Play
in that
later
moment?
But the
alligator,
alligator's
yeah.
name is
One could say
Later
that you were born
Alligator.
into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my
Always a
mother
good
told me
sign
the
when
story as a
the
young
Anglican
boy,
priest
I knew
is
that this was
vomiting
my
and needs you
calling.
to cut his wrist so as that he bleeds.
Yeah, because he's got too much blood, you see. You gotta let
He's
the
too
blood
full.
out. He's too full.
medicine pre-1910 was wild.
Oh, yeah. But bloodletting was very much out of fashion, let's say,
St. Edmunds is a fine building.
by the
for
late
saying so.
1700s,
It's
and then
hard
it
work keeping her in
got
good
big
shape.
in America
The
because of
congregation is
Benjamin
always
Rush.
willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
Like, set back his entire profession
So-
by
yeah, like
decades.
yeah, like the people were unwilling to accept
What is it like being
important
the vicar
medical
here?
things in the United
Every day is
States
a
compared to
blessing,
Europe.
My child. I have a great love for our parish, and the Lord looks after us.
What about your
Ooh, yeah.
congregation?
Frog
Numbers
Detective 2
have
would be a good
fallen
game if you want
over
just a
the years,
wholesome
I must say.
experience.
But those that remain
You
are
ever
faithful
seen
and
Midnight
full of
Mass,
his-
lass?
I say Frog Detective 2 because of
I'm
the
looking for Mr.
podcast
Leonard Shoulder.
traditions of always playing
Oh,
the second
yes.
game.
Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story,
Just
but
pick
he
Mass
invited me to
Effect 2.
Bewley.
Just do it.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the
Good.
Plough
I
and
haven't played it
Furrow,
in
but he never
10
came.
years.
I see.
No,
Mass
it's
Effect
good.
2.
Let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Thank you, Father.
I'm playing
That
Mass
was
Effect
that's a
right
long
now.
one.
Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me
I should
think.
pick Mass Effect
It's been
Andromeda.
many moons since I've paid him a visit.
No! Okay, actually,
Perhaps you
you'd be
could allow me
taking
to
something
take a
off
look at
of
the
our
parish
plate,
register.
So go ahead.
No need.
Fuck
I
it.
remember it now.
Joy. No, I
Yeah,
don't.
no, like
Could you please give me
Jesus
directions?
I'll take you there
taking
myself.
upon the sins of the
It's
world,
least I can do after you aided me, son.
you too could take
Thank you.
off
Thank you.
Mass Effect
Just let me know
Andromeda.
when you're ready to pay him a visit. I'll be resting here for the time being.
I'm gonna
What do you
go
know of
watch some
Hobbs
Little
Barrow?
Witch
I
Academia.
can't say I've heard of it.
Oh, have
It's
fun.
supposedly a
Yeah.
famous
Almost
local
at the end
landmark.
I
of that
shipped
show. It's
Diana
fine.
and
I know nothing
Akko.
about it.
What can
That's-
you tell me
yes.
about Bewley?
Yep.
It's a
better
quiet
than-
town. The railway line, which
they
I
seem to be
presume you
angling.
arrived by, is
There's
the
a
only
relationship
news
Listen,
we've had here for
Yuri
years.
Light
think-
I've heard the
is
new
everyone's
station has received
favorite.
a mixed reaction.
I've heard many a debate, it's true. But my role is not to
Duh.
adjudicate on that matter.
Yeah.
I'm very
I don't
busy
know
in
how
my
I
own
feel
work,
about it. Like
you see.
it's a fine show. It's very paint by numbers. It's low stakes.
And yet it's somehow also the most coherent Trigger show.
I've never
ready
watched
to go
any
to
other
Mr.
Trigger
Shoulder's
shows,
house.
so I don't.
Excellent. I
Don't
feel the
know.
fresh air will do me well.
Hey,
Follow me.
I'll say this. Of the many Trigger shows that are basically incoherent, the one that I always feel deserves to get some leeway is... Oh, man.
What have you made, Studio Trigger?
Good morning,
Ill Luck
Father.
Hill.
S-Man,
morning, Mrs.
SS
Diplomacy.
Gridman,
Mrs.
would you
Diplomacy.
say, Braden?
Yeah, no,
SSSS Gridman and SSSS
You've
Dynazenon.
already had the pleasure of
Because the
meeting
plot
you,
twist in
Father.
those shows
Excellent.
is
Miss
kind
Bateman,
of good.
don't
It's
hesitate
just
to try one of
I
Mrs.
wish they were not as
Diplomacy's
lecherous.
Wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard
They
about her
make
famous
candy and
Bakewell puddings.
stocking.
No, that's
I'll be here all
Gynax.
day,
So the
young
people
lady.
in Trigger
But
left
remember,
Gynax.
once
Okay,
they're
they have
gone,
a to be
they're
announced.
gone.
Inferno Cop,
Whelps
the
have
greatest
already
anime ever
gobbled up all
made.
the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work.
Why are you
Mrs.
lying to
Diplomacy.
your audience?
He's
What's wrong with
smart,
Inferno
God's
Cop?
father.
It's
Miss Bateman,
dumb,
if you'd like to follow
Yes.
and it doesn't lead to anything.
Alright, well, I'm going to go do the thing I said I'm going to do.
All right, my
Oh,
food
that's right.
has-
They are making
Grey,
an adaptation of
of
Delicious in
words
Dungeon.
and epitaphs. Make dust our paper.
And also, yeah, they
and
are
with
making that
rainy
sequel to
eyes
Panty and Stocking
write
after
sorrow
God
on the
knows how many
bosom
long.
of the
Ugh. Now I have to.
earth. Choose
Now I have to play
executives
this on
and
stream
talk
instead of playing it on
wills.
my own time.
Shakespeare?
Quite.
Yeah.
Which
Guess
I
what?
hate that.
Hey, welcome to the great paradox of playing adventure games on stream, which is, fuck,
Richard
it's all
II.
this shit is slow and it's gonna get
Correct.
me nothing.
You are well read, Miss Bateman.
I knew which
Studying the work
Shakespeare
of the
play he
Barrow
was
is one of
quoting.
my favorite pastimes.
Anyway, my food's
Follow me.
here. So I will be back.
Oh, okay.
I ordered DoorDish.
Oh, you paid your premium?
I paid an extra
The
$5.
vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see.
Hi there, chat. It's just you, me, and our fellow
Beautiful,
guest here.
Is it not?
I
So I'm just gonna ask the question because I saw my sister use one. The fuck is an ice roller? Like, what's the fucking point? What are these things? What are ice rollers?
an ice roller.
Yeah. She's like putting this like plastic thing with like gel in it into the freezer, and then she's rolling it on her face so that her face is cold. Like, what is this? I've seen other people talk about these ice rollers.
Um,
What's the deal with ice rollers?
causes a reaction in your skin. It causes the small blood vessels in your skin to dilate in response to the cold, making you blush.
I bet it's a bunch of bullshit. Or it's a very psychosomatic thing and it doesn't actually do anything.
This is funny. Okay, so the application of a freezing roller boosts circulation, bringing blood to the skin surface and helping to restore radiance and encourage optimum cell function. Plus, ice rolling can instantly reduce puffiness and redness, much like an ice pack can. So, if you're too red, it makes it go away, and if you're not red enough...
What a weird thing.
What a weird thing.
And to think that we could have just made homeopathy illegal and be done with it.
Anyways, I'm gonna buy this gun I can't use because I don't need to be able to use it.
Right, that's always like the weird thing is when it's like, I can't use this, but it's very good. And then you play the mental math, or you do the mental math of, how long am I going to keep this before I say, fuck it?
Oh, no, so, the way... This is actually kind of interesting. The way Dark Tide's store decides what gear ratings are going to be in it is based on the highest gear rating item in your inventory.
Okay.
So even if I'm never going to use it, it's always in my best interest to every now and then just buy the most expensive item from the store, so that the next time I show up, more items will be there. Or better items will be there. It's... Like, I don't like the gun I just bought. I don't like the... I do not like the, like, actual machine guns. It's just not the kind of gun I want
Sure.
to use in my Warhammer game.
Definitely reminds me of what we experienced when we played a lot of Tiny Tina's. It's like, this gun sucks, but I guess I'm gonna use it.
Yeah. Tiny Tina's Wonderland was weird.
Yeah, played that co-op with Braden, and can't undo that. I was thinking like, I gotta create a special category in my Game of the Year stuff, or my extravaganza stuff. And it's like, no, I don't have the energy to even dignify Tiny Tina with even an utterance. They did. I mean, it still has room to improve.
Well, yeah, I'm just looking at the architecture, like the
level
fucking-
design, especially, I feel like,
Yeah.
does exactly what it needs to do, and you never really feel... Well, there are a couple of times where you feel like, ah, fuck, where do I go? But not that often. Not that often.
Oh, that is a fucking big man. I've been taking notes. After my Rogue Trader game ends, I plan to run Dark Heresy.
Really? What's the motivation there? What's the thought process, I should say, not the motivation?
My group has been having a lot of fun running around as really powerful, influential characters, and I want them to see the other end of the experience.
Cool.
Also because they're gonna let me run Dark Heresy.
They're gonna let you run an evil campaign?
Yeah.
I'm still, like, I know that everyone's down on 5th edition because of all of this OGL stuff, but they should have made an expansion pack where you're evil, or like a module, or like a... They should have done that.
I agree.
Because I feel like it has happened more than once, is there's always someone who wants to be evil, and everyone else is being heroes, and having one person in your party who wants to do the chaotic or evil thing is always a source of anxiety and angst and splitting the group up and just, like, frustrating kind of discussions. It's like, no, fuck, you're gonna fuck everybody over. That's not how this works.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The moors are beautiful.
Hello, I'm back.
Beauty of God's
Hello.
creation.
Lot of strange things on the moor. Wouldn't want to wander at night.
Oh, you just missed, Braden. Our friend here is going to be running a Dark Heresy campaign.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, and I was talking about how I wish they had made a 5th edition evil module where you can just be villains.
Miss Bateman.
In the same way that there's a Pathfinder.
Yes.
There's.
Yes. Because you know what's the most frustrating thing is when you're doing a group
I was brought up
and
Anglican.
everyone's like playing their
Church was
role,
an
but
important
one
part
person
of
in the
my early
party
life, Father
is
wrote.
trying to be chaotic
What
or evil,
happened to my
and it
father
fucks everyone up,
eventually made me question
and you have to
things.
have the same talk over and over
you don't
again
mind me
that
asking,
no,
my child,
no, you cannot be
what happened
evil
to your father?
if everyone else is
Yeah.
not evil.
He
This doesn't work.
had an accident.
We're just gonna
when I
take
was
your
very
character
young.
and make it an NPC, and then you're gonna have to create a new character. Like, just make an evil module. It would be so easy. It's like, that's where you
Come
could
along now,
have, like,
Thomasina.
hey, oh,
Let's get out
fuck,
of
I
the
can
rain.
actually make my Necromancer build, and then not have to deal with, like, the DM being like, you're doing something evil. I think we've had the discussion
Remember
of,
what I
can you
told
be a
you,
good
all right?
Necromancer
Be
in
a good
5e?
girl. People are unwell here.
You just
We
use
don't
a
want to
bunch
hear
of
you
necrotic
running about
spells,
making noise.
and you
Understood?
only take over
Yes,
bad
Mother.
guys that you've
Good.
defeated?
Don't
I think that's
annoy
what we
the
said.
nurses.
I promise
I don't know, it's
won't.
been years.
Good.
My brain.
Now, let's see your father.
Please pull out the shovel. Game. Shovel, please. I love playing a game where I hit the switch weapon button and then nothing fucking happens.
Animations are
Daddy,
important.
wake up!
Animations.
Daddy, wake
Oh no, my daddy.
Daddy, wake up!
Ow.
Mummy?
Good evening, Mr. Bateman.
Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman.
But your husband, he's been Cthulhu'd.
Ah, well.
Will he ever
I can get a
talk
new one of
again,
them down at the
Nurse
pub.
Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman.
There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all. But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst Manor. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
Oh boy. Oh, big man.
But your daddy got
What sort of god would allow this fate to
So do you-
befall such
I
a
have not
kind
played
and
this
honest
game.
man?
I'm sorry to hear this.
Which game?
God moves in mysterious
the game that Braden's
ways,
playing.
but he loves us all.
So, do you think like her dad is
Come along now.
summoned Cthulhu, but didn't summon Cthulhu correctly, and so
He
they
got-
need her to?
He got Cthulhu flug-tarned.
So they need her to complete
Hello.
the summoning of the Cthulhu.
She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring,
Wait,
and don't stray
Psychers
too
can
far
get
from
chain
Buell.
swords?
I see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Sure.
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid, but we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this.
I thought chain swords were.
Legend has it that
guardsmen
this
and
cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
A wizard did it.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
The Devil's
Oh,
Toe.
I see.
Come now, onward.
Almost as if it's a piece of some sort of ancient rock monster.
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape. All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I
Well,
have
that
something
guardsman's
to
got
ask
the
you.
fucking.
Yes?
Please don't
the-
tell
the
Mrs.
fucking
Duplancy
machine
about
gun
my little
las gun.
scene in the woods. She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough.
Please
of
don't
my
tell her
distress.
I've got the brain worms.
Thank you. You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
What is this? Could it be dried blood?
Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm here in Bewley as discussed.
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age. No sign of life?
None. The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned. Here, chuk chuk chuk.
Don't encourage them.
I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside. Slightly damp.
I have a similar one myself. So very warm.
That glove looks familiar. I wonder if it matches the glove I found behind the plough and
Oh, it's the same glove. What could this mean?
The gloves are a pair. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night? Why didn't he come inside to see me? The trousers feel damp. Freshly hung or still wet from last night's rain. The window is much too... Mr. Shoulder, are you home? It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home. Curses.
Perhaps you could try the
Oh,
handle.
it appears he's not at home.
It's locked.
That's unfortunate.
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Ritually sacrificed, he
I
has.
suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back
Spoilers.
home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewley?
No, you go ahead, Father. Thank you.
As you wish.
Farewell, Miss Bateman. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Much ado.
Oh dear. Romeo.
Of course.
That I shall say good Lord be.
Well, Mr. Shaw, I'll just have to find Hobbs Barrow myself.
Oh, that's why it's not switching. I'm hitting the wrong button.
He looks much too unruly. You're a sweet little.
Oh,
I
look.
hit the wrong button all the time.
You get to pick up, you can pet the chicken.
I'll put that on the Twitter.
You can pet the chicken.
You pet the chicken.
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
You can be nice to the chicken.
Gobble gobble.
They're very stupid animals.
Gobble.
Gobble. Bok, 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 bok.
As I trudged back to Bewley across those cold moors, I made a new resolution. I would find Hobbs Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder.
Oh no. I gotta find all the Barrows.
The train! That must be Kenneth. I should go and meet him at the station.
This also has some Hound of the Baskervilles shit going on.
Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is, or was.
Some real do not go out on the moors.
This appears to be a recently dug, unmarked grave.
It must be Mr. Bewley's. Where does this go?
The moors stretch into the... I'd better not touch them. They could be poisonous.
See, I'm totally fine with this being a very slow burn. Oh, shit, I can get that little trowel.
Excuse me.
I'm getting
You help yourself. Just be
a
sure
CoverGirl
to, of course, thank you. It is
makeup
more
ad
blessed to give than
for
to
eyeliner.
receive.
So, okay. Whatever you say. Now I'm getting a MetaQuest 2.
Are you getting an ad for Fire Emblem Engage?
No, I'm getting a MetaQuest 2 ad showing me how to play Madden using VR, and it looks like dog shit. Now I'm getting a TurboTax advertisement.
I should do my taxes. Now that I have my 1098T.
I'm still waiting for my tax stuff.
Where is
Yeah,
Kenneth?
I'm in the same boat. I'm still waiting.
He was supposed to wait for me at the station.
Man, I wish I had a 1098T.
Mr. Tillett, where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at
Those
the
are
Brown Furrow.
not the worst.
Oh, Miss Bateman. I were blind drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
Sorry.
You went to use the lavatory
These are
and
wonderful
never
things
came
to
back,
talk
Mr.
to a
Tillett.
person
I
about.
searched
Yeah.
everywhere for you.
I was shit drunk when I met
remember
you.
You bought me a drink. Then it's all a blur. I woke up in my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
About last night. What were you going to tell me about Leonard Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him. And promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink. Which I did. So what were you going to tell me?
I don't really know the old bugger.
But you said you did.
Oh, aye.
Thank you,
No,
Psycho,
no,
for killing
I
that
know
guy
naught
in the
about
armor.
him. No, naught about Leonard Shoulder.
I don't believe him at all.
If you say so.
I say a lot of things when I've got the drink. I probably just...
Even if that's the case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
Aye. I don't remember out.
I found Biddy wasn't home.
Don't worry. You'll find him.
How's your headache faring?
It feels like a steam engine is driving full pelt in a circle around me skull.
Be sure to drink plenty of water, Mr. Tillett.
Aye. I'll survive.
So, you work here?
Aye. Bewley Station Master at your service. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Not just yet, thank you. I understand that some of the locals are not too happy about this new station.
Aye. I'd go as far as saying the whole village.
How long has the station been open for?
About 3 months. We're on the Midland Railway line. This employment's been a saviour for me. If I weren't stood here, I'd be drinking my life away at the pub right now. It's worth the occasional withering look from Cyril and the rest of them.
About last... You really don't remember where you went last night?
As I say, it's all a blur. I remember needing a piss. Then... nothing. Well, you must have missed me when I came out.
I did not. I even went to the gents' toilets to find you.
Oh, aye. A sight for sore eyes.
It was. I checked everywhere, and you were nowhere to be found. The back door leading to the alleyway was blocked from the outside.
Oh,
I forgot to wish
Yes.
our Swedish
You
mod
must
Happy
have
Newt's
exited
Day.
through that door, Mr. Tillett.
Damn
You
it.
just said it were blocked.
There must be an explanation.
He turned into a cat. He's a cat.
Drawn a blank.
Why was the door blocked? Did you block it?
I told you I don't remember. I've nought to say because I remember nought.
Yeah, this guy's definitely
What
not
does a station
lying
used
to
do?
me.
A bit of this and a bit of that. I don't wish to bore you with such...
As you wish.
My responsibilities here keep me on the straight.
Gino
and
is
narrow, I'll
asking
tell you
on the
that much.
Discord, is
Sense of
Akko or
duty can do
Chariot dumber?
wonders for a lost soul.
Indeed. This must be a rather lonesome
yes.
post to occupy.
Yes.
Trains pass through here more regularly than you might...
I'm looking for my...
Oh, aye.
She has dumb
This train has
protag
arrived.
vibes.
Yeah.
In fact,
Not a
not
single
vibes.
soul disembarked
Shining
the last
Chariot
train
also
this day.
very dumb.
Impossible.
But in a, I thought I was going
that
to
not
help.
the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Run into
Aye,
problem
it
by
were.
running directly
Mr.
into
Price
it.
were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul. Hold on. One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman. A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon.
Gino now
Aye.
saying, so they're
Was
just
Kenneth
true
playing at
morons?
sending my
Yes.
equipment, but not
Yeah.
himself. Curses. Where is my crate now?
Mr. Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price, he's the postmaster.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the plough and furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Oh
you.
dear.
Where can I find...
He lives... You'll see...
Thank you. I'm looking for... It's why Leonard Scholl... He thought I might like to excavate.
Oh, aye. I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories around it.
Gino
stories?
saying that Unlimited Saga is a better
I
game
can't
than
remember.
Mr.
getting
Tillett,
over it.
Please. This is important.
I'm awful. I'll try. If he invited you here, then I'm
don't know
sure
what that
Mr.
is.
Shoulder will tell you all about it.
You're better
That's
off.
if I ever
It's
get to
our
meet
lowest ranked
sure you
game
will.
for Off the Deep End.
you. Farewell.
Ta-ra.
Ow, fuck.
Cat. The cat. It's the cat with the face of an Englishman.
Good day to you, Cyril.
I'll do.
What are you up to, Cyril?
Keeping an eye on that bleeding railway station. That's what. Thankfully, no one got off the last train.
Really hate that station, don't you?
Oh, I curse Midland Railway for bringing their damn
Oh,
line
I
through
hate
Bewley.
technology.
This is our town, our land. 'Tis no place for outsiders.
So you keep saying.
Anyway, no more trains today. Almost time to celebrate with an ale, I think.
I could do with one myself.
You paying?
No. I found Mr. Shoulder's house today, but he wasn't home.
Why the bleeding hell should I care, lass?
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow. Do you know where it is?
Mind your own
You really are quite helpful, aren't you?
bah.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, lass.
Go piss yourself in a fucking grave.
I don't think anyone is home. I can't.
Ow.
Gotta go get the post, I do.
I must say, last. I've stored a box. I could tell.
Something about how desperately hard the psyker is at, or the psyker
That
is
must be
trying
the
to, like,
postmaster's
look, I'm
storeroom.
helpful. Why are you all mean to
Hello.
me? It's very
Good
funny.
day. I haven't seen you in Bewley before.
I'm just visiting.
Lovely. It's nice to see a new face. We don't get many visitors. My name's Henry. Henry Long.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thomasina Bateman.
Wonderful. What a treat.
A new
You
sacrifice.
seem in a good mood, Mr. Long.
It's just lovely to see a new face. Where are you from, Miss Bateman?
Originally a small town on the outskirts of Derby, though I currently reside in London.
London. I've never met anyone from London.
Such an
How very
exotic
exciting.
place it
Have you
is,
lived there a long
London.
time?
It's been quite a few years now, yes.
I've heard that the air there is so heavy with smoke, it makes it hard to breathe. Is that true?
Some days.
Oh, you must miss the fresh northern air. Well, you've got that in Bewley. No factories out here. Such things are a blight on his creation. I were born in this very home I stand in front of. Bewley is in my blood.
Uh-huh.
Why would I ever want to leave? Especially now I can meet new folk thanks to the
Bewley is
railway
in his
line.
blood, huh?
I'm looking for Mr. Price, the postmaster.
Oh, Mr. Price, my lovely neighbour. I'm afraid you've just missed him.
Curses.
I saw him wheeling a large crate into his storeroom just there.
It must be mine. I really need it.
Have a look through the window to see if it's yours.
Where did Mr. Price go?
I don't know. The man were in a hurry. I know he has family in Bakewell.
That's miles away. Did he leave by foot?
No, by horse. He must be a few miles down the road by now.
Curses. When will Mr. Price be back?
He didn't say. Could be tonight, could be a few days.
How infuriating.
I told him I'd keep watch of his storeroom, and I'm a man of my word, Miss Bateman. I shall not budge from this spot.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye, funny old fellow. I hear he lives way out on the moors somewhere.
Who goes there?
Have you
Probably
seen him
Relkin.
recently?
Relkin, hi. How did the
Hello?
Final Fantasy go?
No, not for a long while now that you mention it. Why do you ask?
It's a long story, but I was to meet him in Bewley. He invited me here.
Well, I must thank him when I see
Okay.
him for inviting such an enchanting young woman.
You
I'm
flatter
happy
me,
you're
Mr.
happy.
Long.
Thank you.
How are the bros today?
They're great.
Fuck, I'm on fire.
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow.
One of those old burial hills.
Yes. Do you know where it is?
Believe it or not, I haven't set foot on the moor
Have you
since I were a
found Hobbs
child.
Barrow?
No,
Where is that?
I'm
Got
still
all I need
getting
right
a
here
bunch
in
of
Bewley.
people stonewalling
We're
me.
all truly blessed with the railway station, which brings us lovely new
And they're all
faces.
like, "I none of your business, lass."
Your opinion of the railway station differs widely from your fellow townsfolk, Mr. Long. I've not met anyone particularly keen on it.
That railway line is the start of a new
Okay,
era
now,
for Bewley. Mark
what
my
if
words.
this was
There's much to protect
a
here,
sci-fi
but we
story?
need new
Uh
blood.
huh.
I hope that
About
some
a
of
guy
you
looking
visitors
for
will
his
actually
brother.
stay.
Uh huh.
permanently.
And it
Why
was
is
kind of
that?
Blade
So I
Runnery.
have new friends to talk to.
That's more Cowboy Bebop.
Some people here don't want any new friends. Cyril Farnaby, the
To the point
miserable-
where
I've had
you
the
could literally
pleasure
find the four
of meeting
characters of
Cyril.
Cowboy Bebop.
He really dislikes the railway station.
in it.
Absolutely miserable he is.
Little
I've
Easter
tried
egg.
to convince him many times that the station will help Bewley. He just doesn't understand.
I hear
I met him
Unavowed
last
is
night
very
in the
good.
ploughed furrow.
I've heard that too.
The
I
scene
didn't
of
get
our
around to it.
Medlimey.
Well,
I
I
could go
got
for
it
a
in that
while,
Humbo
actually.
Bumbo.
Can I buy
The
you a
last
drink?
one of those I
Really?
played
No.
was
Do
Techno
you think
Babylon,
Mr. Kemp will
which
let
I liked.
You could always.
Hmm.
I shouldn't leave. Mr. Price,
Goodbye.
don't be.
There's my crate. Kenneth always ties a red ribbon to it. I can see an envelope tucked behind the ribbon.
That's my
Perhaps
crate.
it can help explain Kenneth's absence. I'm going to
So
have
what,
to get in there.
what puzzle solving have you had to do?
I had to pour water on a drunk man.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, these logic games usually wait
Well,
until the
Mail. This
mid-game
must be
at
the local-
least to start doling out puzzles.
With the exception, I think, of Primordia.
And a little bit of Gemini Rue.
Yeah. Well, Gemini Rue also has a
Rue's
little
more
bit of combat.
set piece,
The
like,
postmaster, is it?
we
But my
put you in an
crate is-
You'll have
escape
to
room,
wait
now
for
you gotta
Mr.
get out, get out.
It's very good.
Oh, I think I'm gonna have to do some puzzling.
Have you
No.
tried killing him?
I have nothing else.
Have you tried using every item on everything there is?
I've got to find a way into the postmaster's storeroom.
Poor blimey, you gotta do a puzzle.
I've got to do a puzzle. I've got to find me plowing through.
Are you sure?
Have you tried
mean-
using the matches on that
Never
little
mind.
child and set him on fire?
I don't think you're going to be able to set the child on fire with that.
Yeah, fuck
Use match on child.
Good day, sir.
Just tie him up and set him on fire. That's how I do it.
What is...
I'm sorry to ask this, Mr. Kemp, but
Still not.
I'm afraid my assistant hasn't arrived as planned.
Welcome to our
so I
tabletop
find myself
group
in a
where
bind.
Chris
He must have put the money
does a
in my crate,
voice,
which
and
is
then it
currently
slowly
being
goes
held in
from
Mr.
like
Price's storeroom.
British
Well, as
To
you know,
Californian.
I run an honest
But-
Californian
and I-
to Australian
So, yes,
to
be
German
settled-
back to
course.
Cockney.
Now then, I'll be neat.
I thought you said
Throw
you
in an
try.
essay
It's not
there
personal,
for
lass.
good measure.
I found Miss thanks to the help of Father.
Wonderful.
Yes, I did. An interesting character.
Indeed. So, did old Leonard apologize for his absence?
Not quite. He wasn't home.
Oh, I think he's a cat, he is.
You tell me. I've
We talking
decided
about
to
Final Fantasy
find
15
Hobbs
again?
Barrow without Mr. Shoulder's aid.
Are you sure that's a wise
Oh, you
idea?
missed the part where, like,
What
at
other
one
choice do
point,
I have a
they
feeling
did
he's
this
avoiding
very,
me.
like,
Do you know where I can
high
find the barrow?
detail rotoscope thing
sorry.
of a
Say
cat
that or me
climbing
mother's
on the
grave
bed
is
and having, like, a person face.
Oh.
It was good.
My
Is this
assistant
horror?
has not arrived as planned.
Yeah.
Oh, is everything all right?
Let's say yes.
I'm not entirely sure.
Is this
Am I
kind
to
of a
keep a room for him
Lovecraftian
just in
thing?
case?
Yeah, I think it
If you
is.
could hold it for
Craft
one more night,
Lovian.
Mr. Kemp.
As you wish.
Goodbye.
See you.
Alright.
Will you accept this silver cross pendant as a deposit?
Can I take
Hey,
a
don't
closer
mention your
look at it?
dad. What he forgets.
Aye, silver. That'll do.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Can I get you something to drink?
Not right now, Mr. Kemp.
As you were.
I'm not going to become a drunkard, although now I can open a tab.
I must...
You need a drink in order to make the nightmares go away.
That'll happen at some point.
Hello? Goodbye.
That guy's not gonna help. I'm like, are you sure you don't know what Hobbs Barrow is? And I'm like, I know Barrow round here, lass. Best be on your way.
I'm jealous of Braden's British accent.
If you practice them, you'd probably get at them. But
How does one practice a British accent?
you listen to them and then
You watch a
try
lot
out.
of Are You Being Served as a young lad.
I'm a real, genuine British.
I may be a
Nah,
barrow
you have
digger,
to actually
but I'm
listen
no
to them
grave
and then,
robber.
like,
I may be
you're
a
doing it from you and not from example.
I
Oh, Why, I don't take kindly to you saying I ain't a British.
What? Where?
Well, yeah,
John,
what is? I
dearly
don't know what you're
beloved,
trying to replicate.
You have to pick. You have to pick a region and stick with it. Got to
I'm a
pick a right.
British. This is a British.
He keeps saying that it's a British.
It's a me, British.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say.
In the land of British.
In the land, yeah. Austin, Texas, the land of Lord British.
He's an asshole, right?
Probably.
We could assume.
Well, first off, he owns a fucking castle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, say no more.
I've no desire to go rooting about in there.
I shall see you later this evening, gents. Well, I say. Greetings, my dear.
Oh.
Hello, sir.
A pause on
It's
your
me,
visit,
Sex
for I shall see you
Pestman.
again soon.
It's a me, British.
Why does he keep just saying a British?
Some nerve.
That's how British people
Lady,
talk.
You're blushing.
I most certainly am not.
Is this a bigotry?
It's not bigotry if it's against a colonizer.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, lass. No way through here today.
Says who?
Lord Panswick. Now get back before you find yourself under a falling tree.
They shouldn't have conquered half the known world.
My name is Thomasina Bateman.
Oh, aye? You're not from round here,
I mean,
Thomasina Bateman.
Those people
No,
are dead.
just visiting. What is your name, sir?
Horace.
Are you in charge here?
I am indeed.
Tell me, who was that arrogant man here just now?
Just someone passing by.
It sounded like you knew him better than that.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that's none of your business.
None of your business, lass.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like I'm doing?
We're chopping down trees. Need to build the bonfire for the sacrifices.
Disappearing Ringo Starr.
Oh yes.
That's what we're doing.
A yellow submarine
Is great. Are you being
the
served as a good show?
town where I was
His lordship
born.
owns most of the land round Beorley.
I don't believe he's the
Who
one
is
that's
Lord
saying that.
Panswick?
Our governor.
He absolutely sang Yellow Submarine.
All right,
Did he?
going back to work now.
He lives in Bewley.
That's
Aye,
like
not far
one
away,
of the
but his
handful of
lordship
Beatles
doesn't
songs
like
he sang.
questions Or visitors. Now, please.
All right,
Do you know a man named...
No, can you
I'll
let me
give you
get
this
back?
one.
Why are you gathering logs for Lord Panswick?
By heck, you ask a lot of questions. If you must know, his lordship is repairing an old ruin on his land. We need the timber for the...
How intriguing. What type of room?
An old chap.
I should rather...
Not possible. His lordship does not welcome visitors to his estate.
Do you know where I can find...
Never heard it.
Thanks for your...
We'll be done by tomorrow morning.
Oh. Oh, squirrel. I guess I can also just fast travel.
Don't their games usually have you can left click a side of the screen or whatever, a transition thing to you can double click.
Yeah, you can double click to teleport.
What a peculiar name. The Devil's Toe. I can't quite see the resemblance myself.
Alright,
I don't
time.
wish to dig it.
Oh, you won't let me dig it up?
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you a drink, Henry?
Really?
Really? We can talk more at the inn.
At some point, there was a number of
told Mr.
games that
Price
began
I'd
to
keep
try and
watch of
ape
his
this
story.
style.
Doors have logs
Yeah,
for this very
I don't. So
reason.
I don't believe Watch It I
You're right.
made this
Won't
game,
drink,
but they
won't take
published
long.
it.
I shall
Oh
take you
yeah,
up on
but
your
there's some that they
Yeah.
didn't even publish that
Let us
started
make our
to
way.
ape it. I think it's called Kathy Rain is the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah, Kathy Rain's great.
The rocket.
Okay, is it? Because I remember
Stevenson
I
designed
bought it,
it.
and at some point I
Before
realized
that,
oh, is
there
this
were the
not actually
Blucher
a
and
Watch
the
It I published
Locomotion.
thing?
But my
Did they get
favourite
me?
would have to be the Lancashire
Um,
Witch. I believe he built that in 1828.
No, it's
In
not even
Newcastle, of
published by
course.
them. It's Raw Fury and Clifftop Games.
Well,
but yeah,
that's me.
Kathy Rain's
I better be
great.
off.
Wait.
All right.
Ta-ra, Miss Babe.
It's too good for me.
I couldn't even get a word in.
He likes a good chinwag, our Henry.
He certainly
For
does.
my purposes.
This guy mansplained trains to you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you gotta live with it. You gotta live with it. It's a real thing.
Man,
Sorry, Brayden.
train-splained.
You could just say he condescended to you.
I've hung my side from.
Yeah, you didn't need to
I don't
like
wish to-
put
You know,
the
you
entire
just charged it
gender.
for no reason.
You put it. Yeah, you hypercharge the gender
The
politics of
drawers
your
don't
stream.
open. I can't store anything in.
Oh, god damn it! Oh, that's not enough off. I was gonna say this
Henry
game was
Long can
on
talk,
sale,
can't he?
but it's only 20%.
He's a colourful character. The man drinks like a fish.
He certainly does.
Siberia
Drink this place dry
is on sale
and
for
still be up
20%.
to
And I
tend his
know
garden at
people are going to
sunrise.
say,
The
Chris,
man
you've
can
already said you
truly
like the
hold his
Siberia
ale.
game. No.
What can you tell me about
Siberia,
Lord Panswick?
spelled with a C.
No,
Oh.
don't. That's that is-
Where does he
C-Y-B-E-R-I-A.
live?
you're not even.
Siberia.
You won't even beat that dude.
Goodbye.
The shooting sequences.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible. Oh, that game is such
Hello?
dog shit.
What can you tell me about?
Naught to say, except don't be sniffing around his lordship's man. You'll end up with a round of shot in you.
I beg your.
You just mind your own.
I really.
Wanted a tent out to be found.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Why do you want to play it?
Because I like trash.
I watched Game Informer play Siberia.
Yep.
If it's the one I'm thinking of.
It is.
Mm-hmm. I think I know which stream you're talking about. Yes.
Alright, anything in the church?
I can admire the. I've no time. I can admire.
It's like Star Wars Rebel Assault, but even worse.
It's lot.
Yes.
Even worse.
Good day, little
He
one.
says with a
What's your
smile on
name?
his face.
Wally took Myrtle.
Pardon?
He took her and ran off. I hate him.
Is Myrtle one of your dolls?
Yes, my favourite. Mummy made her for me. She's so beautiful. Wally is the worst brother in the whole world.
Oh
I'm
no.
Sorry to hear that. What is your name, little one?
Jane.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Jane. My name is
My
Thomasina.
name is Thomasina.
This is a lovely little beck.
It's where we get our water, miss. It's good for drinking and cleaning.
Blessed by the old ones it
Your
is.
dolls look lovely, Jane.
Thank you, miss. I love them very much. Today was their bath day.
Why did your brother take Myrtle away?
He's just jealous because Daddy is letting me come with him to the market tomorrow. Wally thinks I'm Daddy's favourite, so he took Myrtle from me. What if he rips her to tatters? What if he feeds her to Mr. Bryden's goat?
Don't worry, Jane. I'm sure he wouldn't do such a thing. Where did your brother go?
I don't know. Home, maybe. But I have to wait here for Myrtle's friends to dry out.
Do you know an old man called Leonard Shoulder?
No, miss.
This game definitely seems like the TTC, or Time to Cthulhu. This is gonna be a slow burn.
Have you heard of a place called
That's
Hobbs
the best
Barrow?
Cthulhu stories.
I have, yes.
You have?
We aren't supposed to talk about it.
Why not?
Would you like to go there?
Yes.
I would very much like to.
Would you like to go? I'll bury you. I'll bury you in
You
it.
will?
We'll dance around the fire.
Or I'll be told off.
I promise.
Please find Myrtle first. I miss her.
I will. Where do you live?
Our home is on the other side of the village, miss. Maybe Wally went back there. Or maybe he's left her out on the moors.
Oh, I
Poor
gotta find this
Myrtle.
girl's
They
doll
kick
so
me
she'll.
hard.
Creep you out more?
Hey, stay. It's bad luck to touch the Ammon's horn. I'm serious.
Fine.
You're not allowed to file a complaint that that I haven't finished Sonic. I literally started it, like, on Monday.
Flowers.
Hey, Brayden, you should play Sonic.
They aren't mine.
again.
Also, you did beat Sonic.
Yeah, I did.
Have you thought about playing more Sonic games?
You know I have.
Becoming a Sonic-only streamer.
Yeah.
No.
Just Sonic.
First you become a Sonic-only streamer. Then you engage in rash perversion.
You already engage in rash perversions, though.
So what's beyond that?
Oi, keep away from that door. I promise Mr. Price I keep an eye on his storeroom while he's gone.
Alright, so he bludgeoned him over the head.
The man is...
Alright, and I gotta find this little girl's doll.
Killing some trash mobs, and that's an RPG right there.
Yeah, next thing, I mean, there is in fact a clip of me singing "Escape from the City."
I made that clip.
Yeah.
I don't remember what you were playing. Oh, you were driving around as a
You miss, please open.
In the Minion Mobile.
Yes.
What a peculiar neck. I can't quite.
Hmm.
Good day. What do you make of Henry Long?
An idiot who thinks that station's a good idea. Can you imagine? Strangers pouring into buildings.
Strangers.
The stomach that does.
Maybe he has a
That
point.
guy's beard's great.
You could travel.
Bah, you're an outsider. I'd expect you to have such a bad opinion. But Henry, he's a Bewley lad. We've had the odd Barney or two in the pub over it all.
I can imagine. Can I buy you a drink, Cyril?
Now?
Yes.
Go on then, lass.
Follow.
Alright, I'm gonna buy this guy a drink. And see if he tells me anything.
So then, he turns around and says, "Why is a dog like a tree?" And I says, "I don't know." And he says, "Because they both lose their bark once they're dead."
Very droll, Cyril. Well, it's been a pleasure, but I must be off.
Aye, lass. Ta for the drink. You're not too bad for an outsider.
I gotta get this man drunk, so he'll start a fight with the young guy, and then I can sneak in and steal my shit. That's how adventure game work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
The good ones.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you?
I suppose what I shall take you on.
Let us make.
So, yeah, now I buy this guy a drink. And now that the old guy is here
If
in
that
the...
station hadn't been built, we would never have met. Blessed be the Midland Railway.
And now there's going to... Now the old... Yeah, see? I know how to solve puzzles.
That station is the worst decision this village has ever made.
Cyril Farnaby, a miserable man with miserable ideas. I will change your mind even if it kills
I will
me.
debate you. Look at me. Now I can break into the post office.
Yeah.
Locked.
Video games are good.
I need to get inside without. He's currently
They can
debating
be.
He's
Sometimes they aren't.
This key.
Well, when they're not good, you don't have to play them, Chris.
Yes, you
Royal
do.
Mail. This must be the.
Because we have to know. We have to do the science.
I don't think battering the door down is the solution. I don't wish to. I can't see how that.
Oh, video game! You won't let me batter down the door.
He's currently.
Why not?
Looking at it, GOG has Primordia on sale for $3.
That's
That
an incredible
is a good
sale.
price.
But also, you
That's
can
a
get
good price.
Primordia in that Humbo Bundo.
I think that's why they put it on sale. GOG likes to
cross
put games
denotes
that
this
are
as the
in
site
Humble
of an art.
Bundles on sale.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
This must belong to someone. The bucket is rusty.
Reading that report on them canceling that GOG Connect service, for me, is a sign that GOG realizes they're still losing money. I don't think a lot of people knew that feature even existed, so it kind of makes sense also in that regard, but yeah, goddamn GOG.
I can't read the window.
Losing a lot of money.
Listen, when I filled out their survey, I let them know.
You want old games with no
I said,
DRM?
My name's
I
Thomasina.
said, where's Descent to Undermountain, you
yours?
cowards?
Jane tells me you've taken Myrtle
Like, I
away.
think that the reason why GOG, and I
That's
do
a
want to
bit
write about
mean,
this, I
don't
think
you
the
think?
reason why GOG, I can understand every mistake they've made up to this point. I understand why they made the platform
That does
open
look
to
quite
AAA
bad.
games, because I think, at
Why
least
did
this is
she
what
kick
I
you?
think, I think they kind of have come to realize that the number
Ah,
of
what?
old PC
Fuck you,
games,
antivirus.
the number of old PC games that you can put onto GOG, emulate them, put in the backbreaking work at
Who
times to
are
make them
the
work on
fair
modern
folk?
systems, and then
little
put them
people
on
of the
GOG and
moors.
at
I
least
give
make
myrtle to 'em.
most of your money back.
Little people.
The number of
You
those
don't mean
PC
fairies,
games
do you?
that are
We
not
call 'em
already
fair
available
folk
is
round
very
here.
small.
Wally, there is
And before
no
you
such
say
thing
anything,
as fairies.
you're not getting fucking Nulf on GOG. It's not gonna
Do you
happen.
know a man
There are
called
multiple
Yeah.
articles
Leonard
as why it's
Shoulder?
never gonna happen.
It was
But
really available with widescreen support not that long ago.
Where can I find
But
it?
like the number of PC games GOG can like put on their platform and
where
make a
is
big
this?
hullabaloo about, oh, we got this
Think about
game,
that,
it's
just
cool,
bring
right?
What do you know?
Classic.
I heard he owns the-
Have you met
The number of
No,
games left,
But everyone does what
Why is
it's
that?
pretty
'cause there's a
small.
lot of money.
And the games that you want
heard
have
no?
licensing
Goodbye.
issues that are really complicated and difficult to work with.
The road disappears over the.
Like that Shannara DOS adventure game. I'd like to have that on GOG.
The road disappears.
Shannara probably costs money or the rights are complicated.
It's fine. They got that Wheel of Time game, which is from the same developer.
Which they put on the front page when they
Yeah.
did the Amazon series. Like, play Wheels of Time. Because, you know, totally the same thing.
I mean, it's a side story. You want the complete experience, right?
You want the complete experience. Why don't you play the
You
Wheels
can
of
rocket
Time
jump with the fireballs.
first-person shooter?
I know that game exists. I matter.
You played it for the Wheel of Dubious
better-
RPGs.
It looks like something has
Or
been.
first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Technically both.
Oh, I'm gonna dig up the fairy circle.
Thomasina, please stop leaving your
gonna
toys
die.
lying about the place.
Yeah.
What happened the last time you left your dolly under the tree?
A fox ate it, madame.
Yes, it did. Fetch it now, won't you? Then I'll fix your supper.
Yes,
In the
madame.
game that he's playing right now, he dug up a fairy circle.
Yeah. I needed to get the doll.
Hello, fairy.
You should do the opposite of that.
There you are, Josephine. I won't let the foxes eat you.
Thomasina?
Who's that you have there, little bird?
Josephine, she introduced me to the fairies.
Oh, fairies, you
Fairies, you say?
Yes, Daddy.
Hmm, yes.
You believe in fairies?
Of course. Do you see those mushrooms over there?
Yes.
That's the gateway to their kingdom. That's where Josephine and I go to talk to the fairies.
Now, listen to me, Thomasina.
Yes?
You're old enough now to hear this.
There's no such thing as fairies
or talking
or
dolls.
talking
my little
dolls.
bird.
What do you mean?
Only Cthulhu's
Dear
and
child,
grave
I do not wish to
robbing.
upset you. I just want to make sure that you understand the difference between fantasy and reality. Josephine is just a doll, and fairies do not exist.
Wow, fucking Father of the Year over here.
Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition. Please always remember that. If you hear anything about fairies or the like again, know that it's hogwash.
Superstition. Only rationalism will solve this problem. Like the application of cocaine to babies.
Yeah.
Hogwash.
We should bring back cocaine.
Did Wally bury the doll, I wonder?
He never left.
Apparently, Prince Harry did cocaine when he was 17.
Sure.
Important things we're learning.
Nothing that guy
This must be
does
Jane's
is
ragdoll.
This is...
Perhaps these wriggling worms are the fair...
Why is there a face in that dirt?
How strange. There is a hairpin pierced through the arm. This may come in handy. I'll keep it.
Oh, I'm gonna use the hairpin
At least
to...
I shall not return from Bewley empty-handed.
He doesn't see the face.
I can use the pin to pick the lock. Hogwash. Here's your nightmare doll.
I present to you Myrtle.
Myrtle! I missed you so much.
Now, I believe we had a deal.
I need you to tell me where the spooky can is.
Come back! It's in moments like these I thank myself for not having children.
I'm a woman of rational and scientific understanding.
Hey!
When I saw that vicar throwing up...
Jane? Jane, get out of there. Don't make me come in. Fine. Curses. The hole is too small for me to fit through.
Alright, time to use the hole. Dig out the
I was always
hole.
happiest with a trowel in my hand.
Use your hole. Wait, what?
Same, you know.
Uncovering hidden worlds within the earth itself, clod by clod. That should do it. Jane! Jane? Curses. The useless thing blew out. Jane?
Alright. I'm gonna need to get some sort of lantern, I am.
Kenneth taught me this useful trick. A hairpin is much more than a hair accessory. A few wiggles and this lock should spring right open.
Braden, what do you think of this so far?
It's a slow burn.
I've snapped the hairpin
I don't
in the
even mean the
process,
games
and
in
I'm...
Most of their
particular.
games.
I mean,
but yes.
I mean adventure games.
Let's open this envelope.
I mean, it's fine. The puzzles
There's
are
a
very
note
easy.
inside.
If you want a faster experience from Watch Die, the Blackwell games are
Sure.
generally paced pretty quickly because they're smaller. Although I don't think the first episode is good.
No.
And then the second one is really good. And then the third one, you go back to the first protagonist, and it's a lot better than the first episode, but you're like, oh man, I miss Kate. I like Kate. Whereas Angela kind of sucks.
Oh man.
How very frustrating.
Sparky
What
Buzzsaw
happened?
asked me when I'm doing his
I'd better
pick,
get this to the
and I
alley
said,
before Mr.
like,
Long
in
comes
a
back.
couple months. And he's like, okay, cool. Also,
Moving a fully laden crate through the village
he
square
was asking me
no
if
easy
he could
task.
swap his original pick of MTV's Club Dead for
Somehow,
the King's
no
Quest
one was there to
reboot
witness it.
games, and I told him, fuck
But
you.
I didn't give up. Because I never give up, do I, Mother?
Yeah, those would probably
I'm
get
as
bad.
stubborn as my father.
I lost
First
interest
one-
during the first episode.
The first one is good. The second one is fine, and then there's an episode where you go to a cave and you spend the entire episode in a cave, and the game does not recover.
Where is my money? It's not in here. Kenneth, you absolute liability of a man. It looks like everything
Yeah.
else is in here. Picks, specimen trays, shovels. Oh, my chisel, I'll take that. Oh,
Really thought
my
they had
lantern.
something there, but
It feels
you know,
light.
they
There mustn't be any
revived
oil
the
inside.
Sierra name, and then we're like,
I'll leave
okay,
the
this
rest
is
in the
actually not
crate.
going to make us any
Stanley
money.
assured.
Yes, surely no one will steal
No money
anything.
and no assistant. This is most inconvenient. Still, I've been in worse situations. I've
This
got a
is
tab at
most
the inn for now. I'll
inconvenient.
worry about money later. I must find
No,
that
actually, no, she
barrow and
sounds like.
get on with the
I refuse to
excavation.
pay too much attention because I'll want to play this for myself at this point.
I need to get oil for the lantern.
Yeah, that's an adventure game right there.
I need some paraffin for it to
I'd
work.
rather
No, paraffin wax.
Oh, I can get
Totally fine
paraffin.
mistake. Oh yeah, your multi-level marketing scheme
The candle has. I can't
that
see
you
how
almost we had to convince you not to get into.
What?
No, do I like Ohio? I'm indifferent.
I'll leave Cyril.
Someone in chat asks, do you
There's
like
nothing else I
Ohio?
wish.
Yeah, I saw it.
Good day, sir.
That's a hell of a opening question.
I've never been.
Back in my day, Ohio was considered a swing state.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Grandpa, let's take you to bed. 2004 was almost 20 years
Looks like
ago.
the same- Alas.
Now let me tell you, when Florida was also
Good
a
day.
swing state.
Yes?
I was wondering if you might be able to spare.
I don't have much to paraffin is as rare as hen's teeth in these parts. How much coin do you have?
None.
If you're in a
And then
bind,
Iowa
I
was
can trade you
considered a
small
swing
amount.
state.
trade?
Those were the
Aye.
days.
What can I trade you for some lantern oil?
Surprise me.
I noticed your spectacular fossil.
Oh, I gotta chisel out the fossil.
This one is...
Ammonite.
I'm impressed, lad.
From the Jurassic period, I'd venture.
Do you collect...
My true interests lie in comparatively modern history.
Oh, aye.
I
Well,
do love a
it's
fossil.
important to remember that we all...
We'll all end up in the soil eventually. Corpses rotting in the grave.
Aye.
Okay.
You do realize the next time we do tabletop and you're in a mysterious village that is unfriendly to outsiders, it's just gonna be me doing this. It's just gonna be me being like, "Ooh, I don't know about you people. Adventuring folk round here putting their noses in places that don't need noses placed."
Very
Yeah.
believable voice.
Takes place in the Ohio River Valley.
Splendid. I've managed to
Alright.
Would you trade some of your paraffin for this fossilized ammonite, Mr. Crozier?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar. I'll take it off your hands.
Wonderful.
Let me fetch some paraffin from inside.
Oh, you disturbed the rocks, you did. The rocks have memories round their own, you know.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Fumbling in the dark. My lantern is... Right. Let...
Strange, it looks like there's some sort of
Jane,
horrendous
come out at
fleshy mound. A pillar of screaming corpses.
Well, this one.
Ah!
Goodness me.
It's a badger.
The bat.
Oh no.
I do like that effect of these close-ups. It's very good.
Jane!
Silly, what are you doing in that smelly old badger's hole?
You were in there.
No, I weren't.
Yes, you were.
Not true. I was hiding behind that tree over there. I got bored of waiting for you.
So where can I find Hobbs Barrow?
Go north from the church graveyard, up the hill. You'll see some muddy fields on the horizon. That's Mr. Bryden's farm. Hobbs Barrow is there. Don't tell any grown-ups I told you. And thanks for getting Myrtle back.
My pleasure. Thank.
All right. Puzzle just to be like, hey, badger.
Yeah, somebody worked hard on that.
Listen, badgers will fuck you up.
Yeah, no, they're mean.
There's a reason why dire badgers are a CR2 creature. Because they're badgers that are the size of a dog.
This is where I... As I trudged through the barren moors, with only the odd sheep for company, I reflected upon my visit to Bewley thus far.
Everyone was shitty to me.
The enigmatic Mr. Shoulder and his puzzling disappearance.
I don't want to be here.
But I love digging up barrows. I get off on it, I do.
The townsfolk of Bewley, who had made it as difficult as they could for me to find Hobbs Barrow. The suspicion, the wariness in their eyes. Only now I know it was actually fear.
Oh, it was
In
actually
the end, it was
fear.
The innocence of a child, young Jane, that condemned me to my fate.
Uh-huh. Are you saying we dug too deep?
I've no desire to wander.
Nobody's ever said that before.
What's the movie code? We gotta go deeper.
What do you want?
What?
My name is Thomasina
Inception.
Bateman. Mr. Bryden, I presume.
That movie's good.
Aye. What do you want, lass?
Ah, yes.
I understand Hobbs Barrow is located on your land.
Oh, well, yes. Why'd you ask?
I am an antiquarian, Mr. Bryden. I'm writing a volume on the barrows of England.
Oh, I suppose you'll be
Christopher
wanting
Nolan
to dig
knows how to
about
make
it.
an action
If at all
sequence.
possible, Mr. Bryden.
Yeah, if only
I
knew
was
how to
invited to Bewley by
mix,
Mr. Leonard Shoulder,
spoken
who told
audio.
me such an excavation would be possible.
He says that's his
Leonard
style
Shoulder.
choice.
Fuck him.
I haven't seen him in years. The last I heard, he were on death's door. There's to be no more.
You don't
digging
realize
there,
you
lass.
can't always see every
Not since he
conversation
went
around.
south
Yeah,
last
you
time.
can't. He's literally said that multiple times.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Bryden.
I live here with
That's
my
the reason
wife.
why the
I might be
audio
long
in
tooth, but
Interstellar is
I
the
can
way that
still
it
run this
is.
farm without too
Never
much
seen
help.
it.
There's multiple scenes where like characters are in a spaceship that's shooting its rockets to get into space, and you can't hear a goddamn thing because the audio has the sound of the rockets in the background.
Yeah.
It's like,
And then also just like the Hans Zimmer music just going wow.
Was there a previous excavation?
That's the Hans Zimmer music.
Aye.
That's my Hans Zimmer impression.
No, you're
25
spot
years
on.
ago. You see,
Wow.
whatever he found inside, well, it drove him mad.
Oh?
Aye. I moved back here to look after him.
Hans Zimmer
Poor
is really
bastard
good at
hanged
what he
himself
does.
not long after.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bryden. That's terrible.
Aye. Time passes, but it were an awful thing.
Colors of space they were.
Spice Marines?
What did your brother find?
Samuel
Spice
were his name.
Marines!
Sorry, what did Samuel find in the barrow?
I don't know, but something went wrong. Afterward, he could barely speak. He couldn't make out a word like.
That must have been
Cthulhu
hard.
flogged
Lost a hand in that excavation too, you know.
Goodness me, how?
I try hard not to speculate on what might have happened, lass. I'd see him disappear into that barrow, dragging timber in with him. You'd hear him hammering away for hours. I offered him help, but he'd have none of it. Soon enough, he'd blocked the entrance off. To look at it now, you'd never know the thing we dug up. The land has reclaimed it.
Who else was involved in the excavation?
2 others, I believe. Outsiders, perhaps. I can't say for sure. I think they left town pretty swiftly afterwards. I lived in Bakewell at the time. I only moved back here to look after
Oh, did I
Samuel.
tell you guys that I
took over
had
the
my
farm when he passed away.
I see.
pre-medicine, pre-op
Uh-huh.
checkup?
Are you
about
gonna
my
need
face
to
thing?
get that thing operated on?
They're gonna try pills for a bit, but
Okay.
he said that basically all my nasal passageway is inflamed. But here's the funny thing. He says it's really a miracle that you're skinny, because if you had about 20, 30 pounds, you would develop sleep
Samuel's
apnea in
fair to
about
side.
fucking
We're
2
a
days.
fortunate family.
It's
like,
true.
oh,
Soil is
shit.
fertile.
I have sleep apnea.
Crops grow without too much trouble.
He's like, your
All the other
passageways to
farmers
breathe
around
are
here
so
raise
narrow that
livestock.
if you put
Even
on,
Lord
the minute you
Panswick,
put on
we
20
grow
pounds,
feed
you would
for
have
them.
sleep
Most
apnea
fortunate,
pretty
Mr.
quick.
Bryden.
It's like, is that good news? Bad news?
Bad.
Is your
News,
wife
news?
home?
It means you
She's
can't
out
breathe
in fields,
properly
lass.
when you're
Pulling
sleeping.
weeds. The curse of such
It's,
fertile
I have to
soil.
wear a mouth guard
40
at
years we've
night,
been
so I
married.
breathe
I couldn't
better
do it
and
without
don't
her, you
snore
see.
super
How
loud.
splendid.
Oh,
Aye.
wait until you get a
My
little bit
wife is a
older, and then you're
fine
gonna have to
woman.
start wearing
You're
a
married,
A
lass.
machine.
CPAP?
No,
Absolutely
Yes.
fucking not.
I've had my
Both
fair
my
share
brother
of
and my
proposals,
my
Mr.
dad have to
Bryden,
wear
but
them.
that-
I
Marriage is an
blessedly not
important
needed
find
them.
I manage rather well
Them
without one, Mr.
superior
Bryden.
genes filtered out all the bad ones.
Need to lose 15 pounds, and then you'll see. I don't need food. I'll just take Ritalin.
You haven't seen Mr. Shoulder for some time.
I hear about him now and then, but it must be a good few years since I set eyes on him.
He hasn't been here to visit Hobbs Barrow.
Not to my knowledge. I heard he's beset by ailments. Don't leave his home often.
How odd. I assumed he'd spoken to you about
My
my
neighbors
visit.
hate me due
Not
to
at
the
all.
Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, that's also a pretty egregious.
What can you tell me
Wow.
about Lord Panswick?
He keeps us going. Most of our crops
Although
go to
at
feed
least
his
with
animals.
Dark
What
Knight
is he
Rises,
like?
it's got a
Oh,
lot
I've
of
hardly
like
laid eyes on him.
Hans
He
Zimmer
sends his
having
workers here
his
to pick up the
violinist
crops.
play the same note
see.
really long and drawn out.
You say Mr. Shoulder is at death's door. What exactly ails him?
I'm unsure. It's just what I've heard.
He's got
I wouldn't want to
the
speculate on matters that are
Cthulhu.
not my
He
business.
does.
Mr. Bryden,
No. Have you not been listening, lass? Samuel found something in there that's best left to rot. No digging here, lass.
wouldn't you like to find out more about what Samuel found in there?
Perhaps. But Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. You don't want to tempt the same fate, lass.
Perhaps I can at least see Hobbs Barrow.
Oh boy.
I suppose you've come a long way to be here, lass.
All the way from London, Mr. Bryden.
Have you any proof of all you've told me?
You wish to see proof of what, Mr. Bryden?
I can't let any Tom, Dick or Harry wander around me fields. What proof have you of your claims?
One of the weird
Thanks
things
for-
about these Watch It games is
Here is proof that Mr. Shoulder invited me to Bewley in order to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
I guess it's a positive, right? Is they never give you
Leonard
too many
making bold
items.
promises,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Don't make me regret this. But yes.
Although I'm
you
curious
can have a
about
look at it.
Resonance, it's the one of their
Thank you.
games like I've started but never finished.
Once you've set
That's
your
the one
eyes
where
on
you
it, you
have
won't
full
Resonance
nothing
is
else
the
to
one
do.
that doesn't have
The
that.
place gives
That
one a
has that
queer
problem of
feeling.
giving you way too many items.
So where
Okay,
can
I
I
was
find it?
about to ask.
Through that gate
Do they
to
do
your
that?
left.
Because I never played
Just
more
head
than like
straight
30
across
minutes
the
after
shop
the
to
opening.
field
Because I
there.
was like,
After 10
oh,
minutes
I
or
have to
so, you'll
decide
see
which
Barrow.
of the
Sit
pairing
on the
of
hill
these
there.
four
Okay,
characters
so
I need to
because
figure
again,
out.
it's so
Bryden.
reliant on
I
pairings
really
like
do
that,
appreciate it.
is more items than your average Wadget game, but it is still not, say, Sierra or Peak LucasArts.
Good.
But it's still more than their average.
I probably should have brought my umbrella.
There are times where you're definitely putting something in a corner of your inventory and like holding on to it until it feels logical to mash it with something else.
AR.
AR.
Augmented reality?
That could be referring to.
Accelerated reader.
Oh.
Hobbs Barrow.
Oh yeah, this definitely isn't a sleeping creature from beyond the stars.
Indeed, a barrow of a most unusual rectangular form. I've not seen something like this since West Kennet Long Barrow. Yes, this shall make a fine entry for my book.
Uh-huh.
What secrets do you conceal, I wonder?
Time to dig.
Good time.
I'm going to dig this barrow up.
That smell. Earthy and sweet.
Like corpses.
3, 2,
Thomasina,
1.
we should dig
open
as
your eyes
deep
now,
as possible. Nothing bad will happen. Why, yes, Daddy. I would love to dig deep. Into lands unknown.
Are you ready for your first excavation?
Yes, Daddy.
Capital. Make sure you remember everything.
Science is the only
I have a
thing you
feeling
can
you'll
trust.
Find something special.
How exciting.
I'll be watching from the steps, my little bird. Good luck.
Thank you, Daddy.
I need you to dig up the bodies, Thomasina.
Her name is
Now I'm
Thomasina?
ready.
Yes,
Yeah.
Is that a name?
it is in the olden time.
The olden time.
Thomasina, I need you to dig
Nothing
deep. Your
Find these
father
emotions,
needs to
Thomasina.
move the bodies before the police come.
No treasures here.
The real treasure.
Hello.
Were the bodies we buried with our parents along the way?
Listen, good friends will help you cover up your crime. Best friends will help you hide the body.
Treasure.
Oh, like NBA 2K16?
Yeah. I found an ancient reliquary. Let's put it in the British Museum, Daddy.
Well done, little bird. Your first successful excavation. That urn you're holding.
What a
is very
cool,
old and
responsible
precious.
father.
Take good care of it, all right?
It's your urn now. If you break it, I'll destroy you. Lionheart, I'm just saying you should play Higurashi or watch the anime.
No, play Higurashi. Do all the episodes.
Don't do this, Lionheart. This always seems like some sort of weird blood pact when they bring it up.
It is a blood pact, but that doesn't mean it's bad.
Yes, it does.
It's good. It's not bad. I was attacked by a badger.
That's just a thing that happened back then.
Yeah.
That's not even a lie. That's real.
Badgers are
Darkness
real.
falls quickly here. I
They're
should make
they're
my way back
fucking
to the
mean
inn.
and evil, and we need to shoot them.
Good evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley. I found Hobbs.
Oh.
Oh.
Remember what I said, Miss Bateman?
Don't dig too
There's
deeply.
stories connected to that place.
Yes, stories you won't elaborate on, I might add. Don't worry about me, Stanley. I'm quite capable of warding off imagined fiends.
No, that
I have no doubt, but
That's a Sucker for Love. If you want the Eldritch Horror romance game.
That's
precisely what Oh, yeah, you know what? Mika showed me that
saying
one point.
Uda.
What if I told you that Sucker for Love is actually pretty good?
Don't actually play.
No,
say
like
no.
at one point, your character says, 3D girls are alright, but extra-dimensional women have curves in all of the right places. It's an impossible angles joke.
I know.
It's very funny.
Does horniness have to invade everything, even
Cthulhu? Even
So, Ralkin, let's talk about Sayana Uda.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
What if a visual novel wanted you to learn an author's notion of
I don't
nihilism
wish to wake him up.
while giving you the ability to fuck Cthulhu? But
Good evening.
Cthulhu, in your eyes, looks like a beautiful anime girl while the rest of the world looks ugly. And that's the point.
Uh-huh.
Is the only thing
Good
that looks
evening,
beautiful
gentlemen.
to you,
What are you gonna do?
is
If
the
he
most
thinks
ugly
he can
monster in
take
the
it away
world.
from here, he's got
And so you
another
develop
thing
a
coming.
relationship with Cthulhu,
I am gonna
and then
knock
Cthulhu
his-
starts killing people
In
that
fact,
don't understand that
Oi,
I'm just
what do you want,
Cthulhu
lady?
falling in love with
Piss
this
off.
man.
You are charming.
And you fuck Cthulhu.
It's tragic.
Time
Yes.
for bed. Tomorrow I shall convince
At some
Mr.
point
Brown
I'll
to
play
allow
it.
me to begin my excavation.
This time. Should I?
No.
Ah.
It's really, I know for a fact that based off of how you've been reacting to the current thing you are playing,
Tired.
I don't
buy you a
think you would
drink?
like Sayana Uda. It's like one of those games where I played it
One
as
won't
a
hurt.
19-year-old kid,
Excellent.
and
I feel bad about what happened.
I got
last
it. I
night.
did not
I'm sorry, I can't remember.
fully
it.
like the
That's
porny
all right, Mr.
porn.
Tillett. I'll
I'll say
do
that
all sorts of
definitively.
damage
I
to
did
one's
not like
memory.
that
I
part.
was thinking that
Because,
maybe if
uh,
we had
After
a shit's weird,
finishing
I might
you
remember
and
what
me and
happened.
her,
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know
that's
if
magical.
I think I came to the
Worth
realization that
trying.
maybe
I don't need any further
can't
convincing.
play
romance
those types
visual
of
I
visual
can't do
novels.
romance visual
I
novels
shall
anymore.
return with the goods.
Right, but what
To
if
Leonard's shoulder.
Whatever he may
you
be.
fucked the anime girls?
Boy howdy, let me tell you.
I've been meaning
So,
There's a
Brayden,
scene in that game.
Why did
I'm
Leonard
that-
do
still
that?
thinking
That's to
about
dig
if
up
I
Hans
want to
Barrow.
play Full Metal Damon
Despite his disappearing
Muramasa.
act the
Oh,
previous
no.
evening, not to mention his
Because it's
questionable
important,
sobriety,
right? Like, it's
I
a
decided
genuinely
Mr.
important
Tillett was
video
to be
game.
my
I will
ally.
not play it on stream,
I
absolutely
spoke
not.
again
No.
of
But,
Mr. Shoulder's letter, his proposed excavation, and my status as an antiquarian and barrow digger.
Is Mega Man
think-
6 a bad Mega Man game? Sure, I'd believe that.
I think I need to know, Brayden.
Did you know that Mega Man 6 came out after Mega Man X?
He was fascinated and quite excited at the prospect of meeting
Still
the
a good game.
soon-to-be author of a real-life book.
Yeah, Mega Man X is considered the best one of that X series, which is a shame because there are 7 more of them.
I can't wait until you play Mega Man X8.
Barrow digging is not all success, Mr.
For real.
Tillett. Often I'll come across the likeliest of sites steeped in promise. We set to work with shovel and pick and all
Or
the other
command
barrow
mission.
opening paraphernalia you can imagine. Every
We've
stone
talked about doing
carefully
command
taken
mission.
down, every shovel full of earth put
X4 is
dutifully
okay.
through
It's
the
just
sieve.
X4
And we
is like
find
painfully easy. It's just
nothing.
X4 is the
not
one
worth it.
is the
You may
anime.
find a miserable
Is the
remnant of
Ah!
honeycomb or a
What am I
charred
fighting
pottery hardly to be
for?
recognized
Yeah.
from the peat in which it decayed. Sometimes it's as if some Neolithic humorist prepared an elaborate practical joke for your special
X4 does
benefit.
have that PS1 era Capcom sprite work.
Yeah, no, it's
most remote railway
it's an alright time.
station.
It's just almost ludicrously simple. I
I
don't
watched
know
a
how-
VTuber
Right,
beat
Mr.
it.
Tillett.
I've had another argument
Jet
with Agnes.
Stingray.
Your wife?
Aye. She didn't want me coming to the plough tonight. Truth is, I've been drinking my life away since my mother passed.
Oh no!
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm enabling this man's alcoholism.
Miss Bateman, thank you. It's been a year since the old girl left us. She had a horrible end, wasting away.
Eaten by a badger, she was.
Consumption got her. She was naught but bones by the end. I can't get the image out of my mind. She were everything to me.
I'm so sorry.
I apologize for going on, Miss Bateman. It's not appropriate.
Don't worry, Mr. Tillett. I appreciate your openness.
Used to love going for walks out in the moor, my mother and I, ever since I were a little one. She'd get a tear in her eye as she looked out upon it. She loved this land. I asked Mr. Crozier to build a bench, which we've erected at a favourite lookout spot on the moors.
Oh, Lionheart, what if I were to tell you that I'm pretty sure I own a copy of both X7 and X8?
That's a beautiful.
I have all of those games on PlayStation.
If you take a seat there,
PlayStation
keep
2.
her in your thoughts, won't you?
Yeah.
Of course, Mr.
I
Tillett.
I got the collection.
I can relate in some manner. My father had an accident when I was very young. He's still alive, but he can neither move nor speak. He spends his entire life bedbound and incapable of communicating or looking after himself in any way.
How dreadful.
He was a barrow digger himself, an antiquarian of some renown. He taught me so much, even though I was so
I don't know
young.
if X7 has a guy I didn't
Book is my
recognize
way
online.
of
I didn't
carrying
play
on
more
his
than like
work.
40
It
minutes
helps
of
me
it, but it was super
reclaim
cheap.
those earlier memories of him.
X7.
And I visit
Yeah.
often to tell him
In
all about
X7,
my
you don't get
inspiration.
X until like almost at the end of the game.
I've no idea. The doctors aren't sure. I do anything to make him better,
Yeah, I mean,
Mr.
who
Tillett.
plays Mega
I
Man
do
to play
anything to
Mega
bring him back to the man he
No,
was.
you're playing as Axel.
I am in a state
That's
of
his
suspended
Your new and
mourning for a
delightful
man caught
protagonist.
between life and death.
What about Mega Man and bass?
Just dreadful.
We all have our
I played
weaknesses.
bass.
Mine
game's
just
fun.
happens to be my father.
He's got a different control scheme.
And what of your mother?
A cold woman.
That was novel
We
for
haven't
a
talked in quite
handheld.
some time. I think she blamed me for my father's accident somehow.
You were but a child.
Indeed. She thus saw it fit that a governess should raise me as she spent her life grieving for my father.
Well then, I propose a toast.
A toast to what?
A shared sense of loss.
I'll toast to that, Arthur.
Oh, we're having a nice
Now
drink
then,
down at the
enough
pub.
of this wallowing.
Let us be merry. Another round.
I really shouldn't.
Time to get
But I
wasted.
did. And another after that. And
Oh
another.
yeah.
The frustrations of my visit to Bewley slipped away with each swill of Stanley's finest ale. We had great fun that night, Mr. Tillett and I. I treasure the memory.
Go on then. Let's hear those pipes.
Mustn't.
Sing the song.
You're incorrigible.
Please. You'll make a sad man happy.
Oh, all right then.
Oh, this is voice acting.
Sure is.
Clasps, celts, and arrowheads I'll try to claw within my clutch. And if a shield I should espy, I'll vow there ne'er was such.
With popish tricks and relics rare, the priests their flocks do gull. In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull.
It's the digging song. Is the cat gonna show up again? Oh yeah!
Yep. This is cool.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have dug, lass. It's a strange gremlin man.
Hello, Thomasina.
I remember this guy from
What is this? Who are you?
Well, Godling, right?
The one that saved your father.
What do you mean?
You were here 25 years ago.
My father?
You were deep down with the others. You were there when something went wrong. I dragged him out.
Impossible.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
You just have to
I
let
don't
me out,
understand.
Thomasina.
Believe my words. You'll find proof in morning. Now go. One more thing. This is not a dream.
Yeah! This is great.
Okay. Well.
Alright, I've been streaming for like 5 hours.
Yeah, that
you've been
seems
going
like a
at it for a
natural
while.
Goodness,
spot.
that was a terrible sleep.
Man. Now we're getting funky.
Surely nothing strange will be about. Alright. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. And remember, 'tis not good for a lady to be digging round strange barrows. Hogwash.